McFarland says 30-year-old Brian Cole of Virginia was arrested this morning.
The name is important, obviously, but what's so critical in this case is the why. What was the motivation for this alleged crime? For destructive, potentially deadly pipe bombs in two uniquely sensitive areas outside the Republican National Headquarters and the Democratic National Headquarters on that night, January 5, 2021.
A report released today adds to the criticism Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is facing. CBS's Charlie D'Agata says it's about the group chat incident 9 months ago.
A new Pentagon Inspector General's report found he put U.S. service members at risk by sharing sensitive details of an active bombing mission in Yemen in March in a signal group chat with other top officials, which mistakenly included a journalist.
And CBS's Caitlin Huey-Burns reports lawmakers are hearing from the admiral who was involved in the second strike attack on a drug boat.
Lawmakers up here have the same questions that you and I and most Americans have. They want to know the timeline. They want to know who was in the room. They want to know what the justification was for that second strike. There's also a bigger question that lawmakers have up here, which is, are we at war? Especially from Democrats, and you do have one Republican at least, Rand Paul, who is kind of an anomaly in his party.
In New Orleans, immigration lawyers say they've been swamped with calls, and some businesses have posted signs barring federal agents from entry as a new crackdown is underway there. CBS's Katie Weiss.
Hundreds of agents across the New Orleans metro area serving this mission of Title VIII enforcement, immigration enforcement, meaning basically deporting anyone who has come here illegally or is undocumented.
That's where the number of layoff announcements this year in the U.S. has hit a 5-year high. CBS's Michael Wallace.
The outplacement firm Challenger Gray & Christmas says there were more than 71,000 layoffs announced in November, pushing the total for the year above 1.1 million. That's the most since 2020, the first year of the pandemic, and it's a 54% jump from the same 11-month period a year ago. Companies that are slashing their payrolls have cited corporate restructuring, tariffs, and the switch to AI.
Russia has slapped restrictions on Apple's video call service FaceTime, alleging it was being used for organizing what it called terrorist activities. Wall Street. Right now the Dow is down 42 points. The S&P is up 6. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Seattle leads the nation for having the steepest drop in office rent rates. The implication of that coming up. But first, KIRO Newsradio traffic. In Lacey, the multiple vehicle crash has been moved to the shoulder now on I-5 northbound near Martin Way East in Lacey. You still have backups in both directions from about Highway 101 to the Nisqually RV Park. Travel time Tacoma to Olympia, 49 minutes, 20 longer than typical. In Renton, the HOV lane is blocked on I-405 at State Route 167. Other travel times, Everett to Seattle, 1 hour. Federal Way to Seattle, 53 minutes. Renton to Bellevue, 42. And it is slow going across the lake bridges. Traffic brought to you by KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. Tensions are high in a South Seattle neighborhood where Seattle police fatally shot a man this week. KIRO 7 TV's Samantha Lomibao reports.
Frustration as the community gathered where police shot and killed an armed man.
Compounding issues that come when, the police kill people.
Robert Engel with the Seattle Alliance Against Racist and Political Repression says officers should have de-escalated. But Police Chief Sean Barnes says
sometimes you don't have the benefit of time when someone is carrying a firearm and they're walking towards you or they're walking toward innocent people.
They had to act fast.
A Pierce County woman pleads not guilty to 3 DUIs in 8 days.
So now you have warrants for those arrests. This is not up for discussion.
Pierce County Sheriff's deputies arrested Kylene Robertson on 2 warrants with $50,000 bail amounts each.
No, I don't. You've actually did 3 DUIs. You've been arrested for DUI 3 times in 8 days.
The day after this interaction, she bailed out.
KIRO 7 TV's Brandon Thompson reports it's been difficult for prosecutors to build a case against her. She's addicted to inhalants, which requires special testing to detect, and the crime lab has a 20-month backlog. City leaders have voted to disable Olympia's flock license plate reading cameras after growing privacy concerns. Interim Police Chief Shelby Parker.
We'll adapt, we'll remain transparent, and we'll ensure that our community continues to receive the level of safety it deserves.
The city council says hoods will be placed over those cameras to keep them from collecting data until they can be removed. Debate in Tacoma as the city council looks at changing the voter pass rules meant to protect renters. A record number of people testified about that this week.
Strong renter protections keep our children in schools, keep workers close to their jobs, and keep our communities together.
But advocates tell KIRO 7 TV the limits on rent hikes, moratorium on winter evictions, and more, well, they're hurting mom and pop landlords, and that the city should instead focus on building more affordable housing. The city council could vote on changes December 9th. The city of Seattle leads the nation for having the steepest drop in office rent rates. That's according to CoStar analysis. Experts warn the slump could reshape Seattle's commercial real estate, cutting into property values and city tax revenues. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Rain today turning to showers with highs in the mid-40s. It's 43 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Gee and Ursula Show. Ursula, everybody going around talking about Wrapped and Spotify and what songs you were listening to in 2025. Ursula, I don't even know. Do you be listening to music?
I do.
What's your jams? Like, what's your go-to that you listen to, Ursula?
I listen to a lot of Taylor Swift. I listen to a lot of songs that just chill me out. Mm-hmm. I listen to 10,000 Maniacs. Yeah. A lot of songs that I loved in the 80s and 90s. Fleetwood Mac. Oh. Yeah, some of the good oldies.
You know, it's interesting.
Rap is not one of my big ones.
Well, shoot, rap ain't one of my big ones either. Just so you know. But one other thing, I didn't tell Charlie and Amanda this, but Rocky IV, as far as albums that I listened to this year, Rocky IV was number one. The Rocky IV soundtrack. I said, oh, shocker. Yeah, Rocky IV. And then guess what was number one in November?
What's that?
Olivia Dean. Ursula, have you been listening to Olivia Dean yet?
No, but I have been listening to Olivia Rodrigo.
Oh, yeah.
I listen to a lot of top 40, too.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Nick, you up on that Olivia Dean?
Not really, no. My list is crazy, if you're going
to... Yeah. What's on your list? What's the top of your list?
Well, I go from ranges from Kiss to Chuck Mangione. Let's put it that way. So,
see, there you
rock
go.
to jazz, all over the place.
It's depending on my mood. I have a wide variety.
No doubt. I think we all do. But I think you said something that really stands out. You said stuff that chills me out, and I think I'm on that page too. And I'm all about the nostalgia, like music that I listened to when I was young. Like for example, I used to have to back in the day. You young kids, we couldn't just grab a video and just turn it on. We had to wait for our favorite song or watch Friday night videos. And so by the way, they put the Bruz songs at the very end. So I had to listen to Duran Duran and Cyndi Lauper and The Police and Chicago. Guess what, Ursula? I like that. I like that music today.
Right?
I get some Duran Duran.
Well, what do y'all listen to when you need to chill out? Now. I actually have a feel-good music.
Oh, you do?
Genre, yeah, in my Amazon Music, yeah.
That's good. Mm-hmm. All right, are we working? By the way, I feel like working today. Go.
Okay, well, today I don't feel like working, so I'm going to lean heavily on you.
Oh, did you guys hear that from Ursula?
You know, that's not the truth. Okay, should you be required to pay for your parents' care when they can no longer care for themselves? I say no, but at 9:30 after Heather's newscast, we're going to talk about many states that have laws that disagree with my position. As always, we invite you to join us on our text line, 888-973-5476, 888-973-KIRO.
Ursula's top stories of the day brought to you by Bat Fitter Northwest.
President Trump has issued a pardon for Tim Leiweke, the co-founder of Oakview Group and one of the key figures behind Seattle's Climate Pledge Arena. This move comes just 5 months after the Justice Department indicted Leiweke on federal bid rigging charges. Now, prosecutors accuse Tim Leiweke of conspiring with a competitor to rig the bidding process for the Moody Center project at the University of Texas. It was a big project. And at the time, the DOJ said his actions deprived a public university and taxpayers of the benefits of competitive bidding. Leiweke pleaded not guilty, and he was facing up to 10 years in prison, and a $1 million fine. His trial had not even started when this pardon arrived. Leiweke calls this a new lease on life. He did resign from the Oakview Group after the indictment, although the company says it cooperated fully with investigators and was never part of this. And during his tenure, Oakview, of course, won the bid to renovate Key Arena into what is now Climate Pledge, which is a more than $1 billion project. His brother Todd Leiweke is still deeply connected to Seattle sports as part owner and CEO of the Kraken and a minority owner of the Sounders. So just your thoughts on this.
Money cures all. First, so we're clear on this. This was Trump's DOJ that indicted Tim Leiweke. So I just want to be clear. This wasn't like a Biden type deal. This was Trump's DOJ that indicted him. And then there is of course, a pardon. And so then you might be thinking, this guy, Tim Leiweke, must be really cool with Trump. Oh, I'm glad you bring that up, because there's some tweets that Tim Leiweke has put on X out there, and this was in 2024, and he responded to something that Donald Trump had put out, and to which Tim Leiweke says, claims the man that doesn't attend mass on any Sunday, divorced twice, cheated on all 3 of his wives, paid off porn stars, sexually abused women, brags about being a sexual predator, don't think he is my compass on my God or my faith, the world single greatest con man. And it wasn't done there. I mean, he says, honest Don, ha ha ha, now that's a riot. He talks continuously about him. It's interesting, because I said something last week when we were talking about Mamdani, and people were like, wow, why is Trump so cool with Mamdani? And to which I told everyone at that time, Trump doesn't think like the average person. The average person, me included, we have feelings. We care what other people say. Well, it depends, but we do. Donald Trump does not care. He does not take things personal. He doesn't care that it was his DOJ that did this. He doesn't care that Tim Leiweke said bad things about him. Trump cares about one thing, and that's the reason why he is $6 billion richer in the last 10 months. Money cures all. If you have money in this country, this is what Donald Trump is telling everyone. If you have money in this country, you can literally do whatever you want. And he's going to make sure that if he's not president, the next person that comes in is J.D. Vance. And if he's president for 2 terms, if you have money. Now, it's always been the case, but it's really crystal clear now.
To your point, if we were to look at who has been granted pardons, okay, so President Trump has granted more than 1,600 pardons. Obviously, vast majority were those convicted in connection with January 6th.
Can you compare that to other
group
presidents?
Included leaders of extremist groups like Proud Boys and Oath Keepers. Just want to point that out. It's much. I mean, you have to go way, way back to find a president who has been pardoning at that speed and at that level. I mean, Biden had.
I got it for you right here.
80. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, but it was dramatically less.
Biden, had 80. George W. Bush had 189. Barack Obama had 212. The first time that Donald Trump was in office, he had 144, and which now, like you just brought up, Ursula, a lot of them were January 6th.
Right.
But either way, Are we still tough on crime?
Well, that's what I said, because the White House keeps saying it is tough on crime, but these pardons tell a different story. So I want to just, in case you haven't really been paying attention, or you think, this is what happens with presidents. Some of those who he's pardoned include Ross Ulbricht, who was the creator of Silk Road, who was convicted of drug trafficking, money laundering, and computer crimes. Former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich, who was convicted of bribery and public corruption. The former Binance CEO, who was convicted of financial crimes tied to one of the largest crypto scandals in the world. And then most recently, the former president of Honduras, who was convicted of smuggling tons of cocaine into the U.S. And remember, this is an administration that's taken a hard line on
Venezuela.
Drug.
And calling them the people with the drugs. Go ahead.
Right, exactly. So, and then essentially, what the message is justice is negotiable. Loyalty to the president, and if you have money, now carries more weight than the law itself. Mm-hmm. I mean, that is essentially what we're saying here. And I think Tim Leiwecke's tune has changed on President Trump, though.
Of course it has changed.
I mean, he's so grateful.
Yeah, he's grateful and understandably so. I mean, hey, if I was in Tim's situation, I can't say that I wouldn't do the same. I don't want to be away from my family. I don't want to be a felon. I mean, even though if you are a felon, you can run for president. So I don't want to be any of those things. So I love my freedom, too.
Seattle now leads every major city in America in terms of falling office rents, and vacancies in our downtown core have now hit record highs. That is the headline from a new CoStar analysis that shows just how sharply Seattle's commercial real estate market has dropped. Downtown, Belltown, Queen Anne, they're all seeing the steepest drops, even with some buildings being demolished or converted, which should ease the pressure. Our vacancy rate is still going up faster than the rest of the country. We're talking about Seattle now sitting at 17% office vacancy. It's expected to climb to 18% next year. And this is not just confined to office towers. Across the real estate market, concessions are exploding, everything from landlords offering months of free rent to tenant improvement packages reaching $100 per square foot. And CoStar says, okay, we could see some stabilization on the horizon, but the slump is already reshaping property values, tax revenues, and the future of downtown. My question to all of you and to you, G, is do you think this is going to change anytime soon, or is downtown Seattle really dying?
Well, okay.
I'm just putting it in terms that
that's fine.
have been bounced around quite a bit.
That's fine. I don't usually like to subscribe to the narrative of Seattle dying, but since we are talking about that, I'll say this. Whenever we are every week consistently talking about different restaurants that have been around 20, 30 years closing down. We're constantly talking about businesses that can't afford to be here anymore, and they're closing down. They are already talking about in 2026, there will be more. So if there was a definition of Seattle dying, yes, I agree. Because if we have businesses that are no longer anymore, then yes, that's not a good thing. Now, here's my question would be for everyone when I hear you bring that up about the vacancies going up. And so what happens is when the vacancies go up, people that have these properties are like, I want to be able to lower my prices so I can, attract folks to rent. So here's my question. What would you rather have? Would you rather things stay the same right now, and that way the rents are up and you all know it's high here in Seattle? Would you rather it stay the same, or would you want to see it these businesses go out of business, and then it'll make it possible for others to be able to come in? Because those are the choices that you have. Because if it continues this way, most people are priced out. And to which I say, I believe that there are some that actually are wanting for things to get this way and to get bad so that they can have their opportunity to get in.
I will never put myself in that category. I don't want people to bottom out or lose out or lose their business in order for me to have a new opportunity. That's not how I would operate. However, I mean, why are we in this position? Think about what was happening before the pandemic. Remember, even on this show, we were talking about how there were so many cranes downtown, and everyone was thinking that tech would continue to just balloon. And then when everything went remote, we had so much square footage that basically now are empty. And then think about what happened at other big cities. I mean, they were bringing people back in. I mean, to this day, and I know it's this thing for you and I, Gee, that we talk about, but city and county workers are still only required to work in office 3 days a week. So between those facts, the taxes, the high operating costs, regulations, et cetera, I mean, nothing's going to change unless folks get really creative.
Okay. Yes. And so besides the businesses, Ursula, that go out of business, we need to talk about businesses like if you have a cleaning service, a commercial cleaning service, and your job was to clean facilities downtown Seattle, you're losing out. If you're a contractor, you're losing out. Like, this has a real ripple effect. Now, but as we're saying this, there are some, Ursula, that are listening to us talk about this, and they're saying, sounds good, but at this time, I can't afford to get into anywhere in Seattle. So some, and I'm not saying you, there are some that hear this news and they say, let the prices go down lower. Then that way I can get my chance. Because I think that we all live every day to do what's best for us. Most of the time, I'd probably think 99% of the time, we wake up, we do what's best for us.
But I mean, I guess just addressing the vacancy thing, what needs to happen? You know, we keep hearing, well, those offices were not built for housing. Well, you know what? We got someone on the moon. So how about figuring out some fast-track conversions so some of those old offices can be converted into housing? That would be something that would make things more affordable, right? Create more housing. That's number one on the agenda. That should be. Again, if there are people who are reluctant, I just was at downtown Seattle yesterday, and it felt grim. I mean, there were so many businesses that, pointing out even Macy's. I was like, oh, my God, I can't even go into Macy's. Macy's is no longer downtown.
Yeah.
Again, what do you do to bring people there? You know what I ended up paying for my parking?
How much?
$17 for a couple of hours. Make parking affordable. I'm sorry, but
see what I'm saying?
Yes. How about, you know, we talk about, there have been improvements, but people need to be convinced. They still feel like parts of downtown are dirty or unsafe. You need to address that.
Hey, Ursula, you brought this up yesterday, this was off the air, and I just thought about this just now. When I think of Seattle and what's going on and what it's on its way to, I think a microcosm of Seattle is Pacific Place. Yeah. When I first moved here to Seattle in 1999, I remember the first time I went to Pacific Place, and man, was it popping.
It was great.
It was happening. And I don't know if you're listening right now, the last time you have been inside of Pacific Place. I was just there about a month ago. I was there. And I could not believe it. It was, no.
I was there yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. So I went because I heard, hey, and I was with my friend who owns a business downtown, and I was like, hey, let's go to Pacific Place and see if we can support some of those pop-up businesses that I heard were there.
Okay.
We went floor to floor. I bought candles because I was like, okay, there's a business that's open. Even the pop-up businesses were
closed. Yeah. So that microcosm, so what I'm saying is so when you look at Pacific Place, I would assume right now, if you were to have a candle business, it's cheaper to rent or lease inside of Pacific Place today than it was when it was popping years ago. So, so you take that same example, there are people potentially that are waiting for Seattle to increase the vacancy so the price goes down.
Yeah. A lot of people are going to lose with that scenario.
Some people will lose, and then some people win. It's a dirty business. All right, 9:47, Ursula. Luke Ducey is going to join us talking about the possibility of an AI bubble. But up next, we played a game called You Be the Judge. And I don't know if you all know this, but if something happens to the child, we all know the parent is responsible. But did you know that there are 26 states right now where when the opposite happens, the child might be, or the young adult might be responsible for the parent? We'll explain next. Gee and Ursula.
Save the date, Wednesday, December 10th. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse for the 37th Annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for more than 6,500 kids in foster care statewide. Over the past 36 years of Holiday Magic, we've delivered 182,000 gifts across our state. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse this year and share the joy of the holiday season. Wednesday, December 10th. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more.
There's leaking in rocks are moving and moon is creeping and water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
Your new home is now ready. D.R. Horton, America's builder, has new homes that are ready today. With new construction communities throughout the Puget Sound and Central Washington areas and more coming, D.R. Horton has the right home for you. At D.R. Horton, we're still building with more construction, more communities, and more homes available every day. Find your new home, now ready at drhorton.com. That's drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice.
DayandNight.net.
This month, Day and Night gives you a free furnace with the installation of an AC or heat pump.
If you're not sure your furnace will make it through another winter, call us to install a proper, long-lasting, efficient heating system backed by our lifetime workmanship guarantee, so you won't be left out in the cold.
Install an AC or heat pump and get a free furnace from Day and Night Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
DayandNight.net.
Paid political announcement.
More than half of short-term rentals across Washington are booked by Washingtonians. Families traveling for their children's tournaments and games. Firefighters fighting wildfires. Traveling nurses providing critical care. Every day, short-term rentals are helping make travel more affordable. Legislators in Olympia are considering increasing taxes on short-term rentals. But with the cost of everything going up, we can't take another price increase. Keep travel affordable for us. Paid for by Airbnb helps our state thrive host pack.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
The Pacific Northwest is the perfect backdrop for the holiday season. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law reminds us that the roadways don't always agree.
It's that combination of additional travel, changes in routine, and winter weather that make this the most dangerous time of the year to be behind the wheel.
Any safety tips to help commuters keep the holidays joyful?
The #1 cause of accidents remains distracted driving, even during the holidays. So store that cell phone in a place that eliminates temptation. It's imperative we set the example for our teens. Also, be aware of abrupt changes in the weather and prepare for it. Sometimes it's as simple as allowing additional distance for following or stopping. Lastly, make sure your vehicle is properly maintained for winter.
That includes four-wheel drive and chains when required at the pass. Please follow these safety precautions from my good friends at Pendergast Law and keep you and your neighbors safe this holiday season.
Happy holidays from all of us at Pendergast Law.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
For 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has earned local trust with honest pricing and guaranteed repairs. That's why they're Carfax preferred. No gimmicks, just great service. Bucky's.com.
I got to tell you something, Nick. I have really noticed a difference in your energy level since you started going to the Longevity Medical Clinic.
And you know why?
Why?
Because they actually balanced my hormone levels. And when they do that, the largest change I noticed was that now I could sleep.
And then not only get more sleep, they just get more energy, right?
Right. So that all of a sudden that resulted in me, I started running again and doing all these things that I felt so fatigued throughout the day that I couldn't do anymore.
Okay, so at this point, do you want to apologize to me? Because I was always saying to you, every time you say, I don't sleep, I don't feel well, I feel kind of off, I go, well, you need to get in touch with Longevity Medical Clinic. And you're always like, blah, 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 blah.
I know. But now it's turned into something fun that we get to go in together.
So I need to hear, you were right.
You were right.
You were right. I should have gone to Longevity Medical Clinic.
I should have.
There we go. Fine.
Yes.
You know the right thing to do. Get in touch with Longevity Medical Clinic. Take the free health analysis at lmclinic.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. We're learning that one of the teens arrested for allegedly shooting at Seattle cops from a stolen speeding car is wanted in a separate homicide.
Pierce County prosecutors say the 16-year-old boy was just 15 back in February and part of a group of 3 boys who allegedly shot and killed 18-year-old Messiah Washington. Adam Faber is with the Pierce County Prosecutor's Office.
He has been charged in a homicide here in Pierce County, and a bench warrant has been active for him.
The boy is expected to be handed over to Pierce County at some point to face a murder charge. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
The FBI has arrested a man from Virginia in connection with the 2021 pipe bomb attack outside the Democratic National Headquarters and the Republican National Headquarters. He's expected to make a court appearance as early as this afternoon. The Pentagon Inspector General has determined that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth did jeopardize sensitive military information by sharing it in a Signal group chat. CBS's Charlie D'Agata.
This past spring, Hegseth sent detailed plans about airstrikes in Yemen to top national security officials on Signal, including the times F-18s would launch and when the first bombs will definitely drop. Hegseth vehemently denied any disclosure of classified information at the time.
An immigration crackdown continues in Louisiana, where the governor is welcoming federal agents, saying this is a nation of immigrants, but also laws. Tulane law professor Lila Law says others have concerns.
People are just really scared. Regardless of what their immigration status is, they're worried about being arrested. I've gotten calls from teachers who are worried because their students don't want to show up to school.
A church in Massachusetts is sending a message with its nativity scene.
This year, St. Susanna Catholic Church in Dedham has an empty manger where the baby Jesus should be laying and a sign that says, "Ice was here." The Reverend Stephen Josoma is the pastor at St. Susanna.
Jesus was about taking care of one another, and this is not the way to take care of one another.
Josoma says he's gotten some complaints, but he's trying to move people and change people. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
The Federal Trade Commission clears the way for Boeing to acquire Spirit AeroSystems. The $4.7 billion deal has been pending since last year. The Seattle Times reports Boeing spun off Spirit 20 years ago, but plans to bring the troubled supplier back into its operations. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 53 points, NASDAQ up 6. KIRO News Radio traffic. In Lacey, the multiple vehicle crash has been moved over to the shoulder of I-5 northbound and Martin Way east in Lacey. Your backups in both directions now extend from about Boulevard Road southeast to Marvin Road, so it's shrinking there. Travel time Tacoma to Olympia still 45 minutes, 15 longer than typical. Olympia to Tacoma 49, that's 17 minutes longer. Traffic brought to you by the Victorian Christmas Festival, presented by Puyallup Chocolates, December 4th through the 7th at the Washington State Fair Events Center. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Rain turning to showers with highs in the mid-40s. It's 43 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Thursday to all of you. It is time for us to play You Be the Judge. Jeff? Is that going to be you or me?
Yeah, I was going to have you do that. I'm sorry about that.
Let me do it. Let me
All
do
right.
it.
No,
Hold it.
no.
What did you say during the morning meeting?
You can strike that from the record. You can strike that from the record. You got to go on what I said today.
I just want everybody to know that I was prepared the whole time.
Oh, and remember I told you I came in today and I'm not ready to work?
Hey, by the way, this is not going to last
This might be the first.
Matter of fact, I'm going to stay on work mode until 10 o'clock.
Okay. Ursula's sleeping, I'm sleeping. G's wide awake.
Hey, speaking of sleep, I have my sleep doctor appointment today.
Oh, you do?
Yes. Okay, but here's the question. You be the judge. Should you be financially responsible for your aging parents? And we mentioned Oprah's new podcast. Well, it's back because this came up, and we talked about going no contact with family, and now millennials are finding out about filial responsibility laws. Basically, these are laws that require adult children to financially support their parents if the parents can't support themselves. 26 states do have this law on the books, although our state is not one of them. So because of all the changes involved with the big, beautiful bill, changes and cuts to Medicaid and long-term care funding, this is coming up. And essentially, these laws let a court require adult children to help cover a parent's food, housing, or medical care when that parent can't afford it. But today, the biggest issue is long-term care, and you know how expensive that is. So let's just get right to it, because there's a lot of verbiage here. What do you think? How much responsibility should you, as an adult, have when it comes to your parents' care when they can't care for themselves?
Well, how much should a child have to pay back their parents for everything they did for them? That's a question. My answer to your question, Ursula, would be no. I don't think that the child should be responsible for the parent. They would a suggestion, hey, be nice, but not a you have to, not a law put in place saying 26 states, hey, millennials or Gen Z, you are responsible if something were to happen to your parent. No, you can't put that stress or make that stress mandatory on that young adult that is trying to make their way in their life. Sometimes these decisions and things that happen, so for an example, this is the example that I was just thinking of right now. So let's just say that a high school kid has a parent that is hooked on, it has a substance abuse problem, alcohol, drugs, all through high school. So they had to go through that trauma all through high school. And they finally made it out. They're on their way. They're doing their thing. And then when they're 30 years old, the parent that had the substance abuse problem now has major health problems. So it's the same child that was in high school that had to endure all of that.
That's right.
Now is at 30 years old, and guess what they got to do? They got to take care of the parent that had the substance abuse problem. So it's like the kid never has a chance, ever.
Yeah. The laws are outdated, and I'm surprised that they're still on the books. Those laws were created before Medicaid.
Mm-hmm.
But right now we're seeing that Medicaid is under attack. Medicaid is the backbone when it comes to situations like when an adult cannot. Think about the cost of even having your parent in a nursing home or an assisted living facility. We're talking about that's over $100,000 a year. Right. Easy.
Mm-hmm.
Easy.
Mm-hmm.
Like you having to take over responsibility of that's just unrealistic. And when the question first came up, of course I'm going to want to do, in our case, of course I'm going to want to do whatever it is that I can to help my aging parents or when they can no longer help themselves. Sure. But even when you have someone who is very willing, there are some limitations. Mm-hmm. What ended up happening when my mom passed away and she was in the Philippines, I think I shared with you guys that I ended up having to pay, and my sister and I ended up having to pay for her medical bills because they weren't covered.
Yeah, that's part of their family code law. These filial responsibility laws are very, very common and strict in Asian countries.
Yes. So we were responsible. So, yeah, I'm glad that this is not the case. I mean, and again, even if you wanted to, do right by your parents and do it, I think it's just financially almost impossible.
And just so I'm clear, this is by way of Medicaid, right? And
the way it works, and what you'll likely see is private nursing homes or long-term care facilities see that the parent cannot pay for their care. So under a filial responsibility law, they will sue an adult child who is financially able to cover those costs.
Right.
And while the laws may be outdated, if you don't think that the private nursing home and long-term care industry will exercise those abilities...
that's true. And by the way, what Medicaid, and I know we keep hearing a lot about fraud involved in Medicaid, et cetera. I just know as someone who put my dad on Medicaid because it was just going to be unaffordable. I mean, they put you through a lot of hoops, and you have to prove a lot, and you have to impoverish. I mean, you basically have to take away the money to a certain point before you can get the benefits. I mean, it was like either I have to choose to make my mom indigent and reliant on the government, or figure out some way to make it so that my what little left that they had would not actually negatively also impact my mother.
Right. That's the thing. I mean, and that's why I asked if this was by way of Medicaid, because as you know, and I've read up a lot about this, when it comes to Medicaid, they want things to be bone dry. Like, we want to make sure you don't wait. Do I see 50 cents?
Yes.
Up under that mattress? No. We want that. No, we want that. Then we'll give you this. Yes. But they want you to be bankrupt. They don't want anything financially going on in your corner. Big difference between Medicaid and Medicare.
This is true. Yeah, absolutely. And you find that out real quick when you need it. We didn't even get to our next question.
Sometimes topics be good. Okay, at 10 o'clock today, you guys did hear about Donald Trump and what he had to say about the Somali community in Minneapolis. And there's always this saying of, go back to your country. But I have a question about that statement that I don't think has ever been asked before. So that's at 10 o'clock. But up next, Luke Ducey is going to join us, and he has some new warnings about the possibility of an AI bubble. Next, Gee Ursula.
Save the date, Wednesday, December 10th. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse for the 37th Annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for more than 6,500 kids in foster care statewide. Over the past 36 years of Holiday Magic, we've delivered 182,000 gifts across our state. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse this year and share the joy of the holiday season. Wednesday, December 10th. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now the company's changed, or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-656-3300, 206-656-3300.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Your new home is now ready. D.R. Horton, America's builder, has new homes that are ready today. With new construction communities throughout the Puget Sound and Central Washington areas and more coming, D.R. Horton has the right home for you. At D.R. Horton, we're still building with more construction, more communities, and more homes available every day. Find your new home, now ready at drhorton.com. That's drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
At Care Partners Senior Living, we believe in providing quality care at an affordable price. Instead of spending on luxury and expensive art, we invest in our people and accommodations with a focus on compassionate overall health. Our communities offer independent, assisted living and memory care designed to preserve dignity, independence in your estate. Affordable, personal, trusted. That's our promise. Please give us a call. We have beautiful Care Partners communities throughout Washington and Arizona. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
Why is K2 Vision RLE a permanent solution to glasses, contacts, and readers? How is it that you'll never develop a cataract after K2 Vision RLE? And how is RLE different from LASIK?
Hey, it's Doctors King and Kopstein from K2 Vision RLE. We'll answer those questions and others when you join us for our free live webinar today at noon. Andy, what are some of the other questions you hear?
Well, how long is the procedure and recovery? Or who's a good candidate for RLE?
And we'll also answer, how much does RLE cost? Is there financing available? Does insurance pay for RLE?
Find out how K2 Vision RLE is the permanent solution to glasses, contacts, and readers.
And cataracts too.
Right, no more cataracts.
K2 Vision's free live webinar today at noon. Space will be limited, so register now at k2visionrle.com.
Join us at our free live webinar today at noon. Sign up at k2visionrle.com.
Our country is held together by small businesses. That's a fact. It's also a fact that 9 out of 10 of those small businesses will fail. Why? Because it's hard. Really hard to build a profitable business from the ground up today. Pure Talk knows that. They started as a small American wireless company determined to keep their customer service in this country. It worked. And today, Pure Talk is determined to help other small businesses prosper by offering them the same white glove service the big guys get. Same service, same 5G network at a truly affordable price. Pure Talk is focused on businesses that employ welders and roofers, electricians, plumbers, HVAC techs, the people who keep the lights on. If that sounds like your business, give Pure Talk Business a try and see just how much you could save. Dial pound 250, say micro, to switch to an American wireless company who understands the power of small business. Pure Talk.
KIRO News Radio has your chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks game, Sunday, December 14th. Head to the KIRO News Radio app, click the Win tab in the bottom right corner, and enter to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter through the KIRO News Radio app, the better your odds will be. Do it every day, December 2nd through December 8th. Details and rules at mynorthwest.com/win. From the station where the 12s hear the Hawks, KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
What's up, everybody? It is the Gee Ursula Show. Good morning, everybody. We have Luke Ducey in here today, and you know, the other day I was talking about the AI bubble. Is there an AI bubble? And Luke Ducey is here to talk about the possibility of an AI bubble. Yes, no, maybe so.
Well, a lot of people say yes, people say no. I mean, tech stocks and tech companies are doing really well right now, and that's because AI investment is totaling worldwide somewhere around $500 billion. That's how much people are investing in. There are thousands of companies, coming out right now developing their own product and their own AI, saying, So who do you bet on? It's like a big horse race, right? Well, there are three main reasons a lot of analysts think that this could be a bubble and it's going to pop. Let's start with number one. Critics say AI's recent surge is mostly based on synthetic growth. So tech companies investing in each other instead of, organic growth. That has actually slowed. For example, just a couple of weeks ago, Microsoft announced a $5 billion investment in Anthropic. Anthropic builds the AI platform Claude. That a lot of people use. Anthropic then committed to spend at least $30 billion on Microsoft's Azure cloud platform. And then completing that circle, chipmaker NVIDIA committed to invest in up to $10 billion in Anthropic. So you've got a lot of investment in each other that is really propping up each other's valuation. Reason number two, while a lot of that investment in AI is being paid in cash, a lot of it is being paid on credit, raising the stakes, right? If something goes bad, someone's holding the bill. And then number three, this is another big reason why, and we'll get into why people are betting against the AI market right now. There are allegations that big tech players are cooking the books, understating about $176 billion in future costs over the next 3 years, including NVIDIA. Michael Burry, have you ever heard of that guy?
No.
You have, actually, and you just don't realize it. I didn't either when I read an article about him. He famously predicted the 2007 U.S. housing market bubble.
Oh.
He was played by Christian Bale in the movie The Big Short.
Yeah.
And now he's betting against and hedging against AI companies, including NVIDIA, saying, you're going to lose and I'm going to make a lot of money.
Okay. I just got to, you've given us great information. There's people like me that's listening to you say that. Why should I care?
Well, that's a good question because I was in a philosophical conversation. It reminds me of a philosophical conversation I was having this weekend with friends. We went deep into AI, and we were wondering, why are we even doing AI? Why are we doing this? And all we could come up with was there's a million reasons, but if you want to go high level, high altitude, is it because companies built it and you can make a lot? They can monetize it and make a lot of money off it. So now that's what's being used in the marketplace. And is that why we're using AI? It's because it's permeating our every part of our lives. It's akin to the internet boom or the .com boom back in the 90s that also had a bubble that burst. And it came back. And think about the ways that we interact with every device and every computer that we have and we own. And AI is going to do that in a way. Imagine that you come home and you talk to your tablet on the wall and you say, hey, whoever, AI friend, I got 10 people coming over for the holidays and I need a grocery list for that and for the rest of the week for all of us. This person's lactose intolerant. I got one person who's vegan. I got this. Come up with a grocery list for the week and buy it for me. That's what we'll be able to do with AI.
Well, I think another question you can ask is, are they being premature then if they think there's going to be this bubble and it's going to burst? Right now, a lot of companies are not just investing in the infrastructure of AI, but they're also doing massive layoffs with the anticipation of AI taking over those jobs. So why do we care? I mean, there are thousands and thousands of jobs that are either dependent or being lost through AI. And again, if there's this burst, I mean, we saw what happened when there was a .com bust, that.
But okay, and the reason why I bring up why do we care
that's a good
about the AI question, and here's why. And here's why. The first question is this: it's 2025. Yes or no? Will AI be around in 2050? Yes.
Yes.
The same way when the .com burst, right, in late 90s, early 2000s, when that burst, did the .com stay around? So I look at it like this. It might burst, but it's always going to come back. And the problem will be, the people that were part of these startups, years ago, there were people part of startups that were getting ready to make millions of dollars. It burst. They didn't get it. But other people were able to take advantage of the .com after the bubble. Burst.
Absolutely.
There's always winners and losers, and right now they're hedging bets as to who are going to be the big winners and big losers.
Or that they're just overinflating their evaluation, and that there'll be a correction and there will be a new report out from MIT said that 95% of the companies that are developing different platforms for AI are all going to fail, just like the .com, because everyone's trying to get into the market. The reason I hesitated on that big question, though, is because, it's tough. It's a tough question to ask. There's no easy answer because we're so dependent on it. Not only that, but different companies are putting so much pressure on employees to develop their own AI agents to do different functions of that, and then they're going to become the managers of those agents. And if you're doing work at a job right now at a company that's like that an agent can do, you better learn how to be a manager of AI. According to the company that you work with. If your company's saying you need to be that manager of AI instead of doing the work that AI is doing, then you're in trouble.
253 texted in and says that Big Short guy has been predicting a crash every year since 2007 and has been wrong a lot.
He has
Even
been.
a broken clock is correct 2 times a day.
He has been. But he wasn't on the housing market.
As someone who full transparency, I've been rocking with NVIDIA since the year 2020.
Good bet.
Good bet. Even if they crash for a year or two, which, okay, that happens. They got to prove me wrong in 10 years.
And are they too big to fail? Are they too big to fail?
Oh, wait.
We get most of our chips from NVIDIA.
Are there any companies in the United States that are too big to fail?
Is it a national security risk?
Are there any local companies here that have been too big to fail? Thanks, Luke.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
A lot to it. Thanks for having me.
Hey, coming up next, they say go back to your country in regards to the Somalian community in Minneapolis. We discuss that next. Gee Ursula.
If you're looking for a great reason to get that new set of wheels for your car or truck, look no further than Wheel Week at Les Schwab Tires, where you can save 15% on select wheels from your favorite brands, including Raceline, Icon, Method, Vox, and Fuel. Whether you're upgrading or looking for the perfect gift, get a great deal on new wheels this holiday season. Stop by a store or book an appointment today. Les Schwab Tires. Get more from less. Limited time offer while supplies last. See leschwab.com/sale.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice. DayandNight.net. This month, Day and Night gives you a free furnace with the installation of an AC or heat pump.
If you're not sure your furnace will make it through another winter, call us to install a proper, long-lasting, efficient heating system backed by our lifetime workmanship guarantee, so you won't be left out in the cold.
Install an AC or heat pump and get a free furnace from Day and Night Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
DayandNight.net. Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
The Puyallup Tribe of Indians and Salish Cancer Center are excited to announce the 3rd annual Giving Hope Gala. You can help support the Giving Hope Gala December 13th at the Emerald Queen Casino Event Center and raise money for the Patient Financial Assistance Fund. The Salish Cancer Center helps anyone battling cancer, and attending this incredible event supports that cause. For tickets, sponsorship, and additional information on the Giving Hope Gala, visit puyalluptribe-nsn.gov. That's puyalluptribe-nsn.gov. Paid political announcement.
More than half of short-term rentals across Washington are booked by Washingtonians. Families traveling for their children's tournaments and games. Firefighters fighting wildfires. Traveling nurses providing critical care. Every day, short-term rentals are helping make travel more affordable. Legislators in Olympia are considering increasing taxes on short-term rentals. But with the cost of everything going up, we can't take another price increase. Keep travel affordable for us. Paid for by Airbnb helps our State Thrive host pack.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. This Cyber Monday, enjoy exclusive savings on our high-quality rechargeable hearing aids. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and shop Cyber Monday deals before they're gone at audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks VapoStick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit buckys.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Steve Kathan. Lawmakers are getting more information from an admiral about what some have called a possible war crime, the second strike U.S. attack on an alleged drug boat. He says the order did not come from the defense secretary. CBS's Natalie Brand.
Some lawmakers say the action could constitute a war crime if the military targeted survivors.
Any American who sees the video that I saw will see the United States military attacking shipwrecked sailors. Bad guys, but attacking shipwrecked sailors.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said the decision on the second strike was made by Admiral Bradley and called it legal and justified.
The Pentagon Inspector General today released a report critical of Defense Secretary Hegseth for the U.S. attack plans that made it into a group chat back in March. CBS's Charlie D'Agata says it was found the incident could have endangered lives.
Congressional Democrats are voicing concern, including Virginia Senator Mark Warner, who's now calling for Hegseth to resign or be fired.
There's a pattern here of chaotic behavior. There's a pattern here of kind of, I think, disrespect for our uniformed military.
A 30-year-old Virginia man's been arrested in connection with the placement of 2 pipe bombs in Washington near political offices the night before the 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol. CBS's Scott McFarland.
This mystery, this 5-year-long episode trying to find the person who put those pipe bombs on Capitol Hill January 5th, 2021, has given rise to some very pernicious, metastasizing conspiracy theories that have upended some people's lives and have raised questions about what happened in connection with the January 6th Capitol riot.
Well, flags are flying at half-staff at the White House today in honor of the National Guard soldier killed in the shooting last week in Washington that left a second soldier wounded.
President Trump has issued a proclamation saying, as a mark of respect for the memory of Specialist Sarah Beckstrom, flags have been lowered to half-staff at the White House, all public buildings and grounds, all military posts and naval stations, and other federal properties. Beckstrom and Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf, both members of the West Virginia National Guard, were stationed in Washington, D.C. as part of President Trump's crackdown on crime in the nation's capital. They were shot 2 blocks from the White House. Beckstrom was killed. Wolf remains hospitalized. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
A federal vaccine advisory committee is meeting today in Atlanta to discuss whether newborns should still get the hepatitis B vaccine. Wall Street, right now the Dow is up 1 point. The S&P is up 6. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Take the next step forward in your career with great benefits and an award-winning workplace. Apply at careers.progressive.com.
Driving under the influence of inhalants. The story coming up, but first, KIRO Newsradio traffic. In Kirkland, a crash is blocking the southbound I-405 off-ramp to Northeast 70th Place. Traffic is moving but slow. Guardrail repairs blocking a lane of westbound State Route 18 near the Tiger Mountain Summit. You got a little slowed down right in that area. And in Lacey, all lanes are now open on I-5 northbound near Martin Way after an earlier multiple vehicle crash. Travel time between Tacoma and Olympia is still running about 15 minutes slow both directions. Traffic brought to you by KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. A Pierce County woman arrested 3 times in 8 days. Each time, deputies say she was driving under the influence.
Have you been huffing today?
No.
Not in the car just now?
No.
Not at all?
No. KIRO 7 TV's Brandon Thompson was there as the woman faced a judge.
Have you been huffing today?
No.
Not in the car?
Body camera video shows that law enforcement found canisters all around her car, the back, under her brake and gas pedals, and even outside her car. Prosecutors requested arrest warrants for her totaling $100,000 in bail, noting, quote, Ms. Robertson has indicated in one of the reports that she is suffering from an addiction to inhalants.
A judge ordered her to stay sober and not drive as she waits to go on trial. Community members are calling for accountability after Seattle police fatally shot an armed man near the Othello Light Rail Station Tuesday. Amijah Smith tells KIRO 7 TV her son was coming home from school when the shooting happened.
It felt like it was very reckless.
Police Chief Sean Barnes says officers tried to negotiate with the man, but he pointed his gun at them. A use of force team is investigating. City leaders have voted to disable Olympia's flock license plate reading cameras after growing privacy concerns. KIRO 7 TV's Ranji Sinha explains.
And these cameras have faced scrutiny in recent weeks and months. Now, it's a bombshell report from the University of Washington in October said federal agencies were able to backdoor their way into the data from the cameras. Now, in Olympia, the police chief broke down how they've been using the technology. She decided to stop using them.
It's true that this tool has helped us move faster, but it never replaced our skill and our commitment.
Recently, the city of Auburn condemned U.S. Border Patrol after it discovered agents had gone in without permission.
Pushback from renters as the Tacoma City Council considers rolling back some tenant protections. But advocates tell KIRO 7 TV the limits on rent hikes, moratorium on winter evictions, and more are hurting mom-and-pop landlords.
We have owners that have lost, tens of thousands of dollars, because they couldn't get people out.
The City Council could vote on proposed changes December 9th. A new warning about measles at SeaTac Airport. Public health officials say an out-of-state traveler with the highly contagious disease passed through the airport on November 11th and again on November 17th. We have more details on this at mynorthwest.com. This weather update brought to you by Stade Roofing and Exteriors. Rain turning to showers today with highs in the mid-40s. It's 44 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. As I look outside, it is 10 a.m., and I can't tell. I can't tell it's 10 a.m. in the Seattle area because I'm telling you, it is the most gray day ever. And this is the price you kind of have to pay living here in the Pacific Northwest. Now,
to have the beauty, to have all the green.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to really earn, May, if you will. And I'd argue that April through Halloween in the Seattle area is the best in the country.
Yeah, I would say so as well.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Coming up at 10:30, okay, we're going to have an interesting, if not awkward, conversation. Because what happens when Gen Z men are experiencing a sex recession and Gen Z women are more open to casual sex? We're going to bring up those topics. Does that make you feel uncomfortable?
No, because it clearly makes sense. And I'm going to give you the same answer that I have been giving you on this topic that we've been related the entire time. It comes down to one thing.
Okay. I think I know what that is. Text us, 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
What's new at 10?
For the second day in a row, President Trump has launched into a hate-filled rant against Somalia and Somali immigrants living in the U.S. He says they have destroyed Minnesota. He says they've destroyed our country. We initially were going to let this one, just stay in our news segments, but we're like, we need to bring this up. We want you to hear what he actually said.
They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries, too. We don't want them to hell. We have to rebuild our country. Our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other, and we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. You know, they came from paradise, and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell, and they complain and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it.
And all this focus on Minnesota comes after there were reports that dozens of people of Somali descent have been convicted in fraud schemes that were related to COVID relief. There are a lot of people, about 80,000 people of Somali descent who live in Minnesota. We also have a large Somali community in Seattle, and this member spoke to King 5 News.
It's very disheartening as someone that is the leader of our country to not only target my community, but just target any community. I definitely am concerned because any community that is targeted feels that any move they make can be taken and flipped upside down and be punished for that. So I definitely worry not for myself, but just the greater community as a whole.
Yeah. I like what that gentleman had to say because it reflects what I consistently say on this show all the time. There's always a community, except for one, there's always a community that gets demonized by Donald Trump. Now, is it Donald Trump that is the reason for the demonization of these communities? No, this didn't start with Donald Trump. However, what it has done, it has empowered a lot of people to be emboldened to say these things. And so I decided when I was thinking about this last night, and by the way, last night, Ursula, I went to go to the Rainier Beach Renton High School basketball game. And I went to the game, and the national anthem was being played. And so I go to stand for the national anthem, and I look around, and there were some people that were sitting down during the anthem. And I thought to myself, I know that whole controversy, we've been talking about that, but I really was thinking about, I was seeing people sitting down, Ursula, and then I started to think about like this country. And I started to think about how constantly, my entire life, I've heard those go back to your country type things. Ursula, you even brought that up recently as well. Not to me, but it was said to you.
One of our listeners.
And so here's what I'll never understand. The whole go back to your country, like as if some of us just got here last week. Meanwhile, I'd argue that most of us have a deeper foundation in this land than the folks that usually make these comments about go back to your country. I looked up last night. My grandparents were born right here on this soil. Think about that for a second. Our story, my story, a lot of people's story didn't just start at Ellis Island. It started in cotton fields, plantations, railroads, shipyards, battlefields. We didn't immigrate here. We were forced here, built here, bled here, stayed here. Now, I could stop right now because usually I don't like to keep going because I don't want people to feel uncomfortable. But now you're about to get this smoke. Some of the loudest voices in our country, people whose great-grandparents stepped off of a boat in early 1900s, they want to point at other people and tell them to leave and exit to go somewhere. Our current president is literally the grandson of an immigrant. That's not a knock, because to be honest with you, this is what makes America beautiful, are the people that come and immigrate to this country. I'm just trying to show the hypocrisy in that statement. So when people say go back to your country, the real question is, why doesn't Gee ever flip that around to say, Well, where exactly is your country? Where will you go back to? Trump? Is it Sweden? Is it Germany? Is it Ireland, Italy, Poland? When you say go back to, if I say go back to your country, where is that? Black Americans are one of the oldest continuous families on this soil. That's not made up. It's actual truth. So I just want to just say this. The next time I hear go back to your country, we're not going anywhere. There's a lot of people not going anywhere. And most people that are saying those things, you don't have the right, the same way you don't have the right to when you go to someone's house to claim their front porch.
Great points. When I hear this, it sickens me. But at this point, I don't expect any different. Anymore, what makes me more upset than the president of this country saying garbage like that, calling people, I mean, just saying these extremely racist things and horrible things.
What's that? It's
the folks who will say, see, you guys just hate him. You guys are haters. And this is what I voted for. He's just saying out loud what a lot of people think.
Yeah.
If that's the truth, then I have underestimated the greatness of this country. If there are a lot of people who say, I actually agree with him, then I truly have underestimated what I think is so great about this country. And it saddens me that there are so many people who are not moved or not just disgusted by what they heard.
Can I ask you this? And I believe you when you said it saddens you that so many people listen to those things and aren't like shocked or anything. When you say it saddens you, when the "Make America Great Again," when that's said, what do most people think that is? When they say "Make America Great Again"? I'm being serious. It's not like he's hiding it.
Yeah,
he's telling everyone, let's go back to the good old days.
And for a lot of people, that means a lot of different things. And my mind did not automatically go to let's make America white again. That's not where my brain went. I think for some people, it's I was doing better financially in the first administration. So maybe or I was doing better financially, whatever. But I know that there is also this underlying, hey, let's go back to when we just didn't have that many immigrants here in this country.
Well, I don't know when that was. When people say when we didn't have a lot of immigrants in this country,
exactly.
I don't know when that was.
We are a country made up of immigrants.
Like literally.
The Native Americans.
Okay, yeah.
That's when it was.
So, yes, you got that. And as we're talking about this conversation of how people they say, oh, financially I was doing better or things were happening. I'm going to say this, and I hope I'm going to do my best to put cheddar on this broccoli, and hopefully it doesn't taste so bad. There's a lot of people in this country that continue to benefit from the way the system is designed. That doesn't mean that they are racist. It doesn't mean that they dislike black, brown, Asian. It doesn't mean they dislike them. They're just basically saying, hey, I like it to where me can benefit off of a system. So I don't want it to change. And the one thing that Donald Trump has done is to come back and help those that feel like that they are being replaced. Right? Charlottesville taught us that. And so let's get rid of the DEI. Let's get rid of all of these things to make so many people feel like
they're not oppressed.
They're not oppressed, right?
No, so many white people.
Exactly. So what is happening is, hey, I'm cool with I'm not against anybody, but I would love for the system to still benefit me. And if you go back to the system and all of the laws that have been written to make sure that certain people were left out and other people were given a head start and able to start on third base, that system benefits so many.
Yeah.
And they don't want it to change.
And again, I'll go back to, if you listen to that and your response is, well, he said what we're thinking, that breaks my heart. That truly breaks my heart. And it means to me that we really have not advanced at all, A. And then B, and in my heart, I believe that the vast majority think that is vile and disgusting.
Well,
and that is my optimistic view of the world.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
And I just want to say 360 texted in and said, and is pushing back against what we're talking about and says part of the greatness is calling quote unquote spade a spade. We are disgusted about the waste and abuse in Minnesota. So you think that attack on a community by the president of the United States is okay, the way that was said?
Listen to how they frame that. The waste and the abuse.
Yeah, and how did we did we just mention all the people that the president just pardoned?
Right.
Waste and abuse and abuse of the system and
Fraud.
corruption, fraud, people who are hurt by it, and that's okay.
Can I ask all of you, and you, Ursula, I'm talking to you right now. So, what group in this country, is there any group in this country that has been deemed as lazy?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Lazy.
Yeah.
Is that?
And then you're talking the black community. It's a stereotype.
Okay, how did that come to be? How did it come to be that one group in this country, the group in this country, there is no other group in this country that has built as much in this country, worked as much in this country without payment. The only group in this country that did not immigrate here. They were brought here by no choice, but somehow a narrative got spent to where they are the lazy group, the group that literally built this place, the White House, all of the things in the South, the foundation, banks, built their mortgage model off of, you know what I mean? And so the narratives, and so the reason why we are here today, and I'll sum it up, we're here today is because for so many years, it was always uncomfortable to have these conversations.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason why it's uncomfortable, because it makes so many uncomfortable. Today, there's not going to be one person that will dispute anything that I've said. The only thing that you will do is you will say, that guy is bringing up race and he's playing the race card. That is your only answer to what I say. You cannot dispute any of that.
Mm-hmm.
The beauty thing about technology, it's all there for you.
Yeah, 253 texted in and says, Mexicans have also been deemed lazy as well, while also stealing all the jobs. I mean, stealing all the jobs.
Stealing the jobs.
Yeah, that's what this texter says.
Have you guys ever seen somebody steal a job?
Exactly. Well, remember it was the black jobs? I mean, this makes me uncomfortable, but we have to talk about these things because, as long as you let it fester and you let it be okay and you don't call out this crap, it is going to continue. And you're right, people are feeling emboldened. And when I said I overestimated the greatness of this country. I'm not ready to not believe in this country, but we all need to get to the same base level of saying that garbage that we heard is not okay.
Right.
And I'm still holding on to hope that we can all at some point say we get out of this weird fog that we're in and say, I don't care. I don't care what side of the political aisle I'm on.
Yeah.
That is not okay.
Yeah. I believe you in what you're saying. believe it or not, I'll end with this, and I know you guys are going to be shocked at what I'm going to say. I'm actually really encouraged, and I'm encouraged because I'm reminded that all of the fights that we see today, so if you're fighting for access for school systems and all the different fights for women's rights and all the different rights, these things, there's always been a fight in this country. Always. And sometimes you lose a fight for a little bit, but overall you win. Like you win. Like you look at the 20th century. You go from the early 1900s to 2000. Yeah. And that 100 years.
Yeah.
Was there wins? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Were there losses? Yes.
But you don't win unless you're willing to call it out. You're willing to fight for it. Yeah. You're willing to go out on the streets and have that peaceful disobedience, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. You need to keep saying that's not who we are.
Yeah, no doubt. Good stuff, Ursula. Had to have it. All right, coming up next, Gen Z ain't having sex. Next, Gee and Ursula.
This hour is brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington.
Save the date, Wednesday, December 10th. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse for the 37th Annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for more than 6,500 kids in foster care statewide. Over the past 36 years of Holiday Magic, we've delivered 182,000 gifts across our state. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse this year and share the joy of the holiday season. Wednesday, December 10th. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more.
Okay, it's no secret I turned 60 recently, and something about that number made retirement feel very real. Not scary, just close enough that I want to be intentional. And that is where Trajan Wealth comes in. They are fiduciary advisors, which means they are obligated to act in your best interest. And let me tell you, you can feel the difference when you work with them. At Trajan Wealth, they listen. They will ask you about your goals before they talk numbers. They'll explain things in a way that makes you feel empowered, not overwhelmed. Trajan is veteran-owned, and they specialize in helping people with $500,000 or more build a plan that protects what you have worked so hard for. They're going to look at your pension, if you have one, your retirement accounts, your expenses, all the moving pieces, and then they're going to help you map out the future that you are dreaming of. For me, that is a lot more travel, my family, of course, and peace of mind. Your version might be different, and that's exactly why a custom plan matters. If you are ready to talk through your next chapter, call Trajan Wealth today at 206-656-3300. That's 206-656-3300, or visit TrajanWealth.com.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC. SEC registered investment advisor. Client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Fall rains can expose hidden roof problems, and once water gets in, the damage only gets worse. Is your roof ready for the season? Hi, Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. At State Roofing and Exteriors, we repair and replace roofs with a quality you've trusted for decades. And yes, we also provide siding, windows, decks, and gutters to keep your entire home protected. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule a free estimate. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Hey folks, John Curley here. When that December chill hits and your house feels colder than it should, comfort matters. And comfort isn't just warm air. It's knowing your home is ready for the winter and knowing exactly who to call if something breaks. People who show up on time, tell you straight what's going on, and fix it without turning it into a sales pitch. That's why I trust Home Comfort Alliance. If your heating, plumbing, or electrical needs attention, call the comfort people at Home Comfort Alliance or visit homecomfortalliance.com.
An illegal alien from Guatemala charged with raping a child in Massachusetts. An MS-13 gang member from El Salvador accused of murdering a Texas man. A Venezuelan charged with filming and selling child pornography in Michigan. These are just some of the heinous migrant criminals caught because of President Donald J. Trump's leadership. I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. You will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Sponsored by the United States Department of Homeland Security.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice.
DayandNight.net.
This month, Day and Night gives you a free furnace with the installation of an AC or heat pump.
If you're not sure your furnace will make it through another winter, call us to install a proper, long-lasting, efficient heating system backed by our lifetime workmanship guarantee, so you won't be left out in the cold.
Install an AC or heat pump and get a free furnace from Day and Night Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
DayandNight.net.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like rugs. People say a rug would really bring the room together. And sure, you don't know what that means, but it sounds important. Suddenly you're using words like jute and sisal. Then you see the price and lose it, because how can the thing you walk and spill on cost so much? So you devote your life to taking down Big Rug. But then you remember that switching your home and auto to Progressive could save you hundreds. So, looks like Big Rug is safe. For now. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 206-529-1111 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. President Trump has issued a pardon for Tim Leiweke, one of the developers of Climate Pledge Arena, who was facing charges of rigging construction bids.
Federal prosecutors charged Leiweke for conspiring with another company to build the Moody Center at the University of Texas, a state-of-the-art arena for sports and concerts Leiweke gushed over months ago.
It's extraordinary. It's a bit of a, from a technology standpoint, revolutionary.
Trump's pardon wipes away a possible 10-year sentence and $1 million fine. Tim's brother, Todd, is part owner and CEO of the Seattle Kraken. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
After he was indicted, Leiweke stepped down from Oakview Group, which built Climate Pledge Arena. We're learning that one of the teens arrested for allegedly shooting at Seattle cops from a stolen speeding car is wanted in a separate homicide. Adam Faber with the Pierce County Prosecutor's Office says he's accused of shooting and killing a man in an elevator.
He is one of 3 juvenile defendants who were charged regarding the homicide of Messiah Washington that took place earlier this year in Tacoma.
He says the boy will be brought back to Pierce County to face that murder charge. Connecticut Congressman and Democrat Jim Himes says he has seen the video of the controversial second strike against an alleged drug smuggling boat, and he calls it
one of the most troubling things I've seen in my time in public service. You have 2 individuals in clear distress without any means of locomotion with a destroyed vessel who were killed by the United States.
Admiral Frank Bradley, who oversaw the operation in September, says no order had been given to kill them all. The FBI has arrested a man from Virginia in connection with the pipe bomb attack outside both the Democratic and the Republican national headquarters. It happened around the time of the January 6th insurrection at the U.S. Capitol. He's expected to make a court appearance as early as this afternoon. A San Francisco-based drug company has launched Meow One, a trial to see if GLP-1 weight loss drugs can be used to help cats lose weight. Dr. Ernie Ward.
In veterinary medicine for the last 100 years, the only prescription we had was feed less, exercise more, and that just doesn't work for all types of obesity.
An estimated 6 in 10 cats in the U.S. are overweight. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 19 points. NASDAQ ahead 36. KIRO News Radio traffic in Seattle. A disabled vehicle's blocking a lane on I-5 southbound near Northeast 45th Street. You're backed up to Greenwood. In Kirkland, a crash is blocking the southbound I-405 off-ramp to Northeast 70th Place. Traffic is moving there, but slowly. In Lacey, again, all lanes are open on I-5 northbound near Martin Way after an earlier multiple vehicle crash. Travel time Olympia to Tacoma is 50 minutes, still about 20 longer than typical. Traffic brought to you by D.R. Horton. Move-in ready homes from D.R. Horton, America's builder across Puget Sound and Central Washington. Find your home at drhorton.com. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Rain turning to showers today with highs in the mid-40s. It's 44 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show. We go from one uncomfortable topic to another. Just a warning. If you have kids in the car with you or anywhere close to the radio, you might want to, well, maybe just have them go to a different spot. How's that? I don't want you to tune out. Because we're going to talk about sex right now. Gen Z is undergoing a sex recession, and we have some interesting data to bring up to all you. A Kinsey Institute study says 1 in 3 Gen Z men reports never having sex with a partner, compared with only 1 in 5 Gen Z women. And when it comes to dating, more than 60% of men under the age of 30 report being single. Only 34% of women say they're not dating anybody. And as for casual sex, young adults overall are more relaxed than the older generations. But Gen Z women in particular are the ones who are leading that change. More than 50% of the young women in this survey say casual sex is morally wrong, while more young men, 57%, say the same. And the same pattern shows up around open relationships, but even further, 54% of young women say open relationships are not morally wrong, while only 43% of Gen Z men say open relationships are okay. Seeing a lot of changes there, G, which spells one thing for me.
What's that?
It's tough to be a guy who wants to date these days.
And you want to know why?
Money. I think it's beyond that, though.
Okay, so let's go back to the 70s and end or 80s, right? Can we all agree that there are today more women in the workforce today than there was then? True. Mm-hmm. Can we all agree that we have more women bosses today than we had back then? True. So what we are having right now, and this is a period which is new, we are in a period now where women don't need men today like they once did before. Mm-hmm. Okay, so all right, we cooking now, Ursula. We agree.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
We agreed on everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so what ends up happening is in the United States right now, I can only speak for here, you have men are in situations where before it was easier than it is now. Meaning a woman today, right, they don't have the pressure of you need to be married. People like my mama would ask you, oh, you're not married yet? Oh, my goodness, you're shacking up with that person and you're living, you're not married? There was such a pressure for women to be married before the age of 22, 23 than there is today. So because of all of the changes that I just said that we agree on, women don't have to dance like men want them to.
Oh, yeah.
They have the free agency, right, to do that. So they can say, hey, you're good looking, but what do you have going on, sir? Actually, that's what we're dealing with today. So I'll just leave it at that. Women now today can make better choices than they did yesterday. They just got with Bubba because Bubba was the only one with a job in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
Today, they don't need to get with Bubba.
Yes. Society would tell women for the longest time that you are nothing on your own, or it's like almost like you need to cater to a man, or you need to have a man in your life, or you need to be married, or you need to have kids. And so many more women these days are just deciding, you know what? The math is not working out for me.
Math ain't mathing.
The math ain't mathing.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this. I'm doing fine on my own. I am okay. I'm not going to believe society when they say I'm a floozy or whatever if I'm open to having casual relationships that involve sex versus having to be in a committed relationship. I mean, there was a double standard for the longest time, right? I mean, that's only recently been more accepted that, hey, women can do what men have done since the beginning of time.
And it's interesting. I want to go back to, and maybe you and I were kind of in school at the same time, and I look back to, so if back when I was in school, if they found out that a lady was with
she was
2
sleazy.
or 3, right?
Yeah.
But they never called the guy sleazy.
No, it was
if he was at 20 or 30, right?
It was something to brag about.
He was praised.
Yeah.
She was disrespected.
Yeah. So this Kinsey Institute study is now saying, hey, women are more open to saying, I'm okay with an open relationship, a non-committed relationship, and that doesn't mean that I have to, tie the knot, go the traditional route, et cetera, et cetera. But it makes me, as the mother of 2 young men. Okay, well, they're not that young anymore. I mean, they're in their 20s.
They're young
one
men.
of them,
they're young
they're young men.
They're young men.
So I look at that, and one of them trying to get, is still actively in the dating world. It's tough to be a guy.
There's some interesting social attitude and political stuff that's also going on here that I think explains this. So when it comes to more young men saying that casual sex is morally wrong, I don't think those young men are talking about themselves. They're still talking about women, because you still have, with the manosphere happening right now and the focus on body counts, you have a lot of young conservative men who are looking for the trad wife who's never been with anyone. As for the percentage of women who say open relationships are okay, I think the reason why more women say that is because once a relationship opens up, a woman is more likely to have more options than men are. And a lot of men don't realize that. And the concept of an open relationship is more threatening to men, because they realize, oh my gosh, if I look out there on the market, what's available for me, I don't really want that, do I?
Well, the cost, baby. The cost. In Seattle right now, the average cost of a date is $150. Nick, you think that's got some people thinking differently?
I think there's some second guesses out there, yeah.
$150 for a date?
Jeez.
So that means if you go on 4 dates, 1 date a week, 4
that's
dates a
$600.
month, that's $600.
That's on the high end, I think. 150. You can make ways around that, but yeah, it's expensive these days.
Hey, Nick, when you say, I'd say it's a median end, because there's levels to this.
It's more than just drinks and yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. Coming up next, scenarios, Gee Ursula.
Save the date, Wednesday, December 10th. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse for the 37th Annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for more than 6,500 kids in foster care statewide. Over the past 36 years of Holiday Magic, we've delivered 182,000 gifts across our state. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse this year and share the joy of the holiday season. Wednesday, December 10th. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more.
Are you looking at senior living options for you or a loved one? If so, you likely have many questions like, what can I afford? How long will my savings last? And if I run out of money, will I have to move out? If these questions are weighing on you, I'm here to talk you through different solutions. Hi, I'm Amanda from Care Partners Senior Living. At Care Partners, we're focused on offering high-quality, compassionate care at very affordable prices to help stretch and preserve your assets. And if you ever run out of funds and need to convert to Medicaid, you won't have to move. We have vibrant communities throughout Western Washington, Spokane, and Arizona offering independent, assisted living, and memory care. Our caregivers are some of the most loving and genuine people you'll ever meet. Stretch your assets, preserve your estate, and never worry about moving. That's peace of mind and the Care Partners Living difference. Learn more at carepartnersliving.com. Care Partners is excited to announce our newest communities in Port Orchard, Sumner, Snohomish, and North Creek Bothell. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
A new exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card is your opportunity to go from cardholder to ticket holder for the FIFA World Cup 2026. For a limited time, when you're approved for a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card, you're eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more today at BofA.com/cardFWC26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America N.A. in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
All right, here's a quick confession. The reason Nick, my wife, is going to Longevity Medical Clinic is because why?
I got sick of watching you sleep at night when I was awake.
Wait a minute. Here's what would happen. I'd be asleep because I've got my hormones balanced thanks to Longevity Medical Clinic. I'm asleep, and then Nick would go, "Are you asleep? Are you sleeping? That's not fair. I can't sleep." I'm like, "So you're going to wake me up?"
Yes, because I didn't want you to have more energy than I would the next day, and I was up all night.
So what did I say to you? I said, so go to the Longevity Medical Clinic. Do the same thing I did. Get your hormones balanced. You'll sleep better, right?
And I did.
Right. You don't have to wake me up anymore and go, it's not fair that you're sleeping.
I know.
But didn't you see that it wasn't fair that you were waking me up?
Yes, because now you're the one taking the dogs out because I'm still asleep in the morning.
So we're both getting good night's sleep. We're both getting lots of energy, and we're happy.
You don't want me to tell you why? Because my hormones are now balanced.
Okay, I don't want to hear about your hormones right now. So be like Nick and get a free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
The Puyallup Tribe of Indians and Salish Cancer Center are excited to announce the 3rd annual Giving Hope Gala. You can help support the Giving Hope Gala December 13th at the Emerald Queen Casino Event Center and raise money for the Patient Financial Assistance Fund. The Salish Cancer Center helps anyone battling cancer, and attending this incredible event supports that cause. For tickets, sponsorship, and additional information on the Giving Hope Gala, visit puyalluptribe-nsn.gov. That's puyalluptribe-nsn.gov.
Get ready, because Murphy Auction is closing out the year with a massive Marysville equipment auction with the complete dispersal of AA rentals, 7 mini excavators, 17 skid steers, tractors, backhoes, telescopic forklifts, and over 100 gas-powered landscaping tools. Need something heavier? A John Deere 85G excavator, a Hitachi ZX290LC, a Cat CS563E roller, and 10 high-reach boom lifts, plus 3 big-time dump trucks hit the block, a 2018 Kenworth T880 Super Solo, a 2019 Peterbilt quad axle, and a 2005 Kenworth G800 quad axle, plus a fleet of 6 2017 to 2019 Peterbilt 567 tractors. The biggest auction of the year of heavy equipment, trucks, and more is underway now and closes at 10 a.m. Thursday, December 11th. Visit murphyauction.com for details. That's murphyauction.com.
What's your holiday tradition? For most, it's gathering with a joyful meal. Unfortunately, for many families, that tradition feels out of reach. To help, please donate to Nourishing Neighbors the next time you're at Safeway checkout or visit nourishingneighbors.com.
Hi, this is Keith Dashafi, owner of Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. If your home is bracing for cold drafts, frosty glass, or that one window that just won't open, it might be time for an upgrade. Right now, treat your home with 40% off qualifying installs or 24 months of 0% interest with equal payments. It's the gift your house actually wants, because it definitely didn't ask for another inflatable snowman. With premium products, expert installation, and local service that feels like family, we'll get your home holiday ready. Visit PellaPNW.com today.
It's Gee and Ursula Show. We got the 11 o'clock hour here on the show. Ursula, you know, let's get the scenarios. Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo.
Uh-huh.
My husband broke the news that we can't afford to go home for Christmas this year because money is too tight and he can't count on a Christmas bonus at work. I was disappointed, cried all weekend, but I wasn't angry at him until yesterday. I was snooping in his email and found he owed someone $1,500 for a gambling debt. So I asked him about it, and he claimed he and his buddies were all in together, and they were all going to chip in and pay it off. So I started thinking about it, and last night I went back to his email account. I knew I shouldn't have gone back because I knew I was going to find something. Now I found out that he lost more than $60,000 in gambling, and he still owes a lot more than $1,500. I've not confronted him with this. If I do, it's going to be a big problem, and I don't want to ruin Christmas. But I can't just leave this alone. Can I? What do I do? 888-973-5476. Hey, Ursula, I just want you to know, before you answer, it's December 4th right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many people that are delaying conversations until after the holidays?
I bet a lot of people, but I don't think that's a good idea.
You know? What should she do?
I think because your holiday is going to be ruined already because A, you can't go on this trip that you wanted to go, and
Right.
B, you're holding on to this secret that you looked into his phone or whatever and then found out that he lied to you.
Mm-hmm.
So you have two big problems. The bigger one being the lying and what sounds like there could be now a serious gambling addiction.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about $60,000. That's some significant money.
Some coin.
Yeah, exactly. So I would address it right away. Yeah. You're married. Yeah. You need to address it right away. And put it out there. Put it out there on the table and just say, I found out because I did look. And yeah, it's going to be a really difficult and painful conversation.
Yeah.
But you need to work through it.
Hey, right now, by the way, I'm with you, but I would love for you guys to text us right now. Do you guys know of any family situations or situation? Because here's the thing. I am seeing and learning more and more. There's a lot of people that are gambling with the sports gambling and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And have you guys been finding out any stories where somebody is more in debt than they like to admit because of this gambling stuff? It's getting real.
I will just tell you, whenever I go to any of our local casinos, they're not hurting for people.
Like the way you said that.
Yeah.
You know how sometimes you fudge when you come back from shopping. Oh, how much you spend, honey? Oh, it's just $150. There's a lot of sales today, but the real number's something more like $300. Whenever somebody tells you how much they owe with gambling, you could probably increase that by a factor of 10. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna guess. You need to cut up all of this man's credit cards right now. And I would book yourself a flight back home to go spend time with your family. If you're going to be $60,000 in debt, you can afford putting a $600 flight on your credit card and go and spending some time with your family and deciding if you want to come back or not. Because gambling addictions, they will put you in a hole. You're both of your finances in a hole for a decade plus. Yeah. And that's if you stop it right now.
Yeah, I think definitely you need to have a counselor available.
Hey, before we get to Nick, You know, Ursula, you sent me you sent us something the other day, and you were talking about the dating segment.
Yes.
And I got hit up about that, like, funny, like, oh man, that dating segment was funny. Well, shout out to Brady.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at a text message come through, and then, you know,
From Jen?
Yeah. Oh, you read it too, huh?
I'm just reading it right now.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the Gee Ursula Show, baby.
I know. We need to do something on in 2026. We need to talk about the dating scene.
We need to start connecting
We need to have
people.
conversations.
We need to start connecting people.
I told you I'm a natural matchmaker.
Yeah. You are.
I'm into it.
Hey, Nick, that's what we talked about when you weren't here.
You got into it, huh?
We got into it because for Brady.
Yeah, well, it's a real issue out there. And you know what? In terms of this scenario, I really feel for these folks who seem to find themselves in a pinch right now, because no matter how you shake it up, the news of the debt and lost money, it's never nice to hear. So it's necessary to face the music before it gets even worse, because if you go on the trip without knowing you can pay for it, the budget's going to get even just a little smaller in the aftermath, too. Still celebrate, but maybe lower the cost and experience. You don't have to go all out this time, because it seems he already has the gambling all over with, so they don't have that budget.
Thanks, Nick. Text comes in. Gambling is what destroyed my sister's 15-year marriage. My brother-in-law had credit cards, got a couple of loans, all secretly to pay or to keep gambling, and he got a P.O. box to have the statements and everything mailed to. My sister came across it because she was doing laundry, and he accidentally left a piece of mail and it's folded up in his jacket pocket, and that's how she found out about the P.O. box. And then from there, they had conversation, but when it got to this extreme, it was the third time through the course of their marriage, and that he had lost thousands and thousands of dollars.
By the way, if you're quote snooping on finances, that's not snooping. That's just called being informed.
Yeah.
Hey, Adolfo in 360 says, about 15 years ago, I lost $180 at the Muckle Shoot. Never been back since. Hey, you know what? Sometimes I believe that is the best thing to happen. When you go for the first or second time and you lose big, be thankful. All right, good stuff, Ursula. All right, we got the 11 o'clock hour next. I don't know what we're talking about because I closed all the stuff real quick.
Oh, I'll tell you.
What are we talking about?
Can dogs help your mental health?
Oh, I love this topic. Yeah, let's do that next. Gee Ursula.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I remember brushing my hair and looking down and thinking, oh my gosh, do I have any hair left?
I used to look at women with thick, beautiful hair and think, why doesn't my hair look like that?
My thinning hair is making me feel so old.
If you want thick, healthy, gorgeous hair, then you need Hair Volume from New Nordic. With clinically proven ingredients like apple extract, biotin, and millet, Hair Volume nourishes your hair follicles to promote thicker, healthier-looking hair. Say goodbye to shedding, thin, and dull hair, and hello to thick, healthy hair with Hair Volume.
Since taking Hair Volume, the shedding has all but stopped.
Now, instead of being jealous of other women's hair, I have friends who are jealous of mine.
My hairdresser couldn't believe the difference in my hair. Now she's using Hair Volume too.
Available as a tablet or delicious gummy, Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com, or find Hair Volume in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install a Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Paid political announcement.
More than half of short-term rentals across Washington are booked by Washingtonians. Families traveling for their children's tournaments and games. Firefighters fighting wildfires. Traveling nurses providing critical care. Every day, short-term rentals are helping make travel more affordable. Legislators in Olympia are considering increasing taxes on short-term rentals. But with the cost of everything going up, we can't take another price increase. Keep travel affordable for us. Paid for by Airbnb helps our state thrive host pack.
This season, gift yourself the chance to slow down and truly savor holiday wonders just a short journey from home. Victoria, BC glows with festive lights, charming traditions, and the space to reconnect with yourself, loved ones, and the joy of the season. Victoria is just a scenic ferry or seaplane ride from Seattle, making it the perfect getaway. This Christmas, step into a more relaxed rhythm. Plan your trip at tourismvictoria.com.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. Lawmakers are hearing today from the admiral who Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says ordered a second strike on a suspected drug boat back in September. Senator Tom Cotton told reporters afterwards Hegseth gave no order to kill them all.
The first strike, the second strike, and the third and the fourth strike on September 2nd were entirely lawful and needful.
Democratic Representative Jim Himes says he was troubled by the video he saw in the briefing showing what he said were two individuals in clear distress.
Under the DoD manual for abiding by the laws of armed conflict, the specific example given of an impermissible action is attacking a shipwreck. Any American who sees the video that I saw will see the United States military attacking shipwrecked sailors.
Federal authorities have arrested a Virginia man in connection with two pipe bombs planted outside the Democratic and Republican headquarters in Washington the night before the Capitol riots. FBI Director Kash Patel.
An individual who is now alleged to have placed multiple explosive devices to blow up multiple people and multiple officials, innocent civilians, is now arrested thanks to the brave men and women of the FBI and the interagency.
The suspect, Brian Cole, has been charged with the use of an explosive device. There is a big chill in many parts of the country. Meteorologist Jessica Birch is keeping tabs on it.
It could see these record-breaking numbers into the overnight hours tonight as this cold blast continues to push its way down all throughout the Great Lakes and all the way up into the Northeast and New England. Overnight lows tonight could drop down to 1 degree all the way over to Chicago, 11 into Pittsburgh, 4 degrees all the way up into Portland, Maine. It's going to be record-breaking.
A federal vaccine advisory committee convened today to discuss whether newborns should still get the hepatitis B vaccine on the day they're born. A vote was delayed. Committee member Vicki Pebsworth.
We're doing this because of concerns that have been raised by some groups. The current policy is misaligned relative to existing recommendations in most other developed countries.
It may be no surprise to many Americans, layoffs are surging. Michael Wallace reports.
The outplacement firm Challenger Gray & Christmas says there were more than 71,000 layoffs announced in November, pushing the total for the year above 1.1 million. That's the most since 2020, the first year of the pandemic, and it's a 54% jump from the same 11-month period a year ago. Companies that are slashing their payrolls have cited corporate restructuring, tariffs, and the switch to AI.
On Wall Street at this hour, stocks are mostly flat. The Dow up 3 points. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Seattle leads the nation for having the steepest drop in office rent rates. The implications coming up at first. KIRO Newsradio traffic. In Federal Way, a crash is blocking a lane on I-5 northbound near South 272nd Street. I-405, you are slow southbound through Totem Lake, not sure why. In Lacey, all lanes open on I-5 northbound near Martin Way after an earlier multiple vehicle crash. Travel time Olympia to Tacoma is still nearly an hour, half an hour longer than typical. We've got new details on this crash, too, coming up. Traffic brought to you by KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. The driver of a fully loaded car carrier that nearly rolled over on I-5 in Lacey this morning, causing a multiple vehicle crash. That driver should not have been behind the wheel, State Trooper Cameron Watts explains.
The driver of the semi did not possess a valid commercial driver's license from out of country or within the United States.
The driver could face up to a year in jail and a $5,000 fine if convicted of failing to have a valid CDL. Tensions are high in a South Seattle neighborhood where police fatally shot a man this week. KIRO 7 TV's Samantha Lomibao reports.
Frustration as the community gathered where police shot and killed an armed man.
Compounding issues that come when, the police kill people.
Robert Engel with the Seattle Alliance Against Racist and Political Repression says officers should have de-escalated. But Police Chief Sean Barnes says
sometimes you don't have the benefit of time when someone is carrying a firearm and they're walking towards you or they're walking toward innocent people.
They had to act fast.
A Pierce County woman pleads not guilty to 3 DUIs in 8 days.
So now you have warrants for those arrests. This is not up for discussion.
Pierce County Sheriff's deputies arrested Kylene Robertson on 2 warrants with $50,000 bail amounts each.
No, I don't. You've actually did 3 DUIs. You've been arrested for DUI 3 times in 8 days.
The day after this interaction, she bailed out.
KIRO 7 TV's Brandon Thompson reports it's been difficult for prosecutors to build a case against her. She's addicted to inhalants, which require special testing to detect, and the crime lab has a 20-month backlog. Debate in Tacoma as the city council looks at changing the voter-passed rules meant to protect renters. A record number of people testified about that this week.
Strong renter protections keep our children in schools, keep workers close to their jobs, and keep our communities together.
But advocates tell KIRO 7 TV the limits on rent hikes, moratorium on winter evictions, and more are hurting mom and pop landlords. They say the city should instead focus on building more affordable housing. The city council could vote on changes December 9th. The city of Seattle leads the nation for having the steepest drop in office rent rates. That's according to a CoStar analysis. Experts warn the slump could reshape Seattle's commercial real estate, cutting into property values and city tax revenues. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Rain turning to showers today with highs in the mid-40s. It's 45 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
It's the Gee and Ursula Show.
Call it the Gee and Ursula Show matchmaking edition. Other people sending pictures.
Here's the thing. It feels like I'm not working when I'm doing all this, and people are really sitting in photos.
I love it. Well, I did ask,
but
because they're asking if I can match them with very specific. So I was like, well, before you do that, show me you.
But here's a question, and maybe this could be better answered by Nick. I'm figuring out in Seattle area, there's a bunch of single people. Hear me out. So a whole bunch of single people. But a whole bunch of single people, it feels like they need help being connected.
Oh, yeah.
Does that make sense?
They do. And remember, again, we are one of the tech capitals of the country.
Right.
So
Tech
a lot
bros.
of people who aren't necessarily in that whole dating space don't have game necessarily.
Right.
Also, what were you saying about the weather when you were looking outside?
Oh, it's gray.
Mm-hmm.
You think that has something to do with the single
that
people?
has a lot to do with, you don't want to be out and about.
I've been mentioning that with Chef lately the past couple of days. Like, it's been feeling like the doldrums around here lately. Just like, we have minimal light right now. So
Yes.
it's just like, people want to stay inside and be cozy.
cozy.
Right now. Yeah.
Okay. Nancy and Yakima just hit us up.
Yeah.
And she said what you said, Ursula.
What's that?
She said you guys need to set aside one segment each week for the Gee and Ursula Love
did say
Connection
that.
or Let's Connect. And Gee and Ursula, you could talk about dating, having people call in. You could try and have people...
We might want to run it through management, but I was thinking
Well-
we could do something fun like that in 2026.
Love is blind on the radio, right?
That's funny because there's been some takes here on these airwaves that they didn't have to run through management, and they were dangerous takes.
Okay.
888.
Hey, I'm going to keep us out of this one.
888-973-5476. What do you think? Gee and Ursula Show, let's connect.
Why not? We need more love in the air in
Hey,
2026.
Riley Camano says, put me on. Nick, what you think?
Yeah, put me on. I'm with you.
Okay. 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. Let's get to it.
All right.
And here we are.
Oh, geez. On
Top stories at 11.
On the Gee and Ursula Show.
Okay, some good news for Pierce County Sheriff's deputies. They're about to see a big bump in their paychecks. The county just signing off now on a new contract that gives deputies about a 20% raise over the next 2 years. And a big chunk of that money is going to hit right away. Why? Well, we've been telling you that Pierce County has been losing deputies to other agencies that simply pay more. The union's also been sounding the alarm for months, saying that if you want to keep good people in the department, you have to stay competitive. So county officials are also making the case that this isn't just about the paychecks, it's about public safety because they have been struggling with staffing shortages. I think one story we did fairly recently was they were not even worrying about certain traffic violations because they just didn't have the deputies to deal with them.
Yeah.
Also dealing with overtime, burnout, slower response times. They say this is actually going to help taxpayers because it would cost taxpayers more to keep operating so short-staffed.
Yeah.
But, of course, this also comes as the county is wrestling with some serious budget challenges. You live in Pierce County, so I want to lean on you to tell me what you think about this.
Yeah, not a lot of people like the Sheriff Keith Swank. There's a lot of people that are taking advantage of that bonus that you get for sliding, pulling up to TPD, Tacoma Police Department.
Uh-huh.
And by the way, Keith Swank defeated Patty Jackson. Patty Jackson is now the interim chief over with Tacoma Police Department. And there are a lot of people that has been sliding over to there. So, by the way, Tacoma Police Department has always made more money than Pierce County Sheriff's Department. That's a fact. Always has.
Yeah, but do you think that should be the case? So I think it makes sense to give him a raise.
No. Well, Ursula, I'm very consistent here.
Yeah.
I never hate on anyone getting a raise. I'm never doing that. That is not what I'm doing.
Not even a billionaire?
What? I gotta throw shots. Okay,
I know.
But back to it. No, hey, Pierce County Sheriff's Department, absolutely, yes, they deserve that. Yeah. Yes, and by the way, even though I don't believe that they have a good leader, because they absolutely don't, it's not a secret the problems that he causes for Pierce County. However, I do want Pierce County Sheriff's deputies to stay here in Pierce County because this won't last long. Yeah. At some point, it'll be probably one term and done. But I do want him or these deputies to be able to stay because guess what? I live in Pierce County, so I want them to stay.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on because we've got another story. Yet another alarming coyote encounter in Seattle over Thanksgiving weekend. A guy walking in Volunteer Park with his dog got cell phone video of a coyote stalking two other small dogs in broad daylight.
That's a coyote. It's your dog. You might ought to pick him up. Pick up your dog.
What am I listening to, y'all?
He's trying to scare off the coyote and doing a good job. This is what I should have been doing instead of running when I encountered one with Scooter.
Go Hulk on it, Ursula.
Yeah, you're supposed to. At some point, I did stop and turn around. I was yelling and screaming. I was like, why am I yelling and screaming? And no house in the Sandpoint neighborhood was opening their door to see who was yelling and screaming as I was running with Scooter to try to get away from what ended up being a very lazy coyote because he wasn't running very fast.
Yeah.
So thank God for that. But we're hearing more and more about these stories. Jason Williams tells King 5 News he was able to scare that coyote off.
I was just like concerned. That's honestly the main thing that I was thinking about was that those other dogs, the reaction wasn't as quick as I thought it should be. And I was very concerned that one of those dogs was going to get injured.
And Seattle Parks and Rec say this is not an isolated case.
Yeah, they are getting more aggressive. They're getting more used to people and less afraid. In a large park like this in the middle of a huge city, we have wildlife all around us, and you should always be wary of it.
Definitely want to be wary.
Wait. Now, Ursula, we've been doing this show for 6 years, coming up on 6 years. And we have brought up coyotes and what you should do. Now, y'all know I never remember what to do, so I'm confused. What are you supposed to do if you have a coyote run up on you? Are you supposed to?
Yes. You're supposed to Yes. You do not run.
Okay.
That was my first mistake.
Okay.
You're not supposed to run.
All right.
You are supposed to, I want to say make yourself big, but that's kind of the bear thing. But you do what this guy did. Basically, yell.
Okay.
Try to scare him off.
That's official. Are you sure, Ursula? You
yes,
looked that up?
I'm positive.
Don't be having your boy go out there.
Don't make me, no. Yeah, don't roll over.
Okay.
Definitely do what that guy did and yell and scream, and don't run.
How dare Andrew and Lacey text in and say you city folk are afraid of one coyote? Well, yes, Andrew. I am. No, stop it.
Okay, and the one that was chasing us, I do need to point out.
Yeah.
Was about the size of Scooter, which is why the coyote was walking along the golf course and sizing up Scooter. And first I was thinking it was another dog, and then it was like, oh no, that's not a dog.
There's no collar there.
But why are we scared? In the most serious recent incident, wildlife officers ended up euthanizing a coyote at the Arboretum after reports that this animal grabbed a leashed dog and even took a coat that had food inside the coat. The thing is, I think people are leaving food or just making it too easy for these coyotes to get food, and they're getting very, very comfortable around people. Yeah, Allie in Tacoma is right. Don't turn your back.
And wait.
Yeah, you want to confront them. You don't want to.
Allie says we have a lot of them in my neighborhood, and we see them all the time while we're walking the dogs in the morning. Man, I don't want to run up against no coyotes. I'd be scared.
I've seen an entire pack in my neighborhood, like 7, 8 of them crossing through my yard in the morning when I take the dog out. This one kind of alarmed me though, because you might see these stories in spring when they have pups, but in the beginning of winter, basically seeing coyotes trying to snatch dogs.
Yeah,
that's a little more alarming.
Well, and we're seeing more and more of these. Actually, okay, I'm going to give you a full rundown of what you need to do, G, because I did just look it up.
Oh, you did some research. Yeah, That's why you're good for this show.
Thanks. You want to make noise.
Okay.
You want to wave your arms and don't run. You also want to report aggressive behavior again to. Either it was Seattle Parks and Rec, depending on where you are. Fish and Wildlife.
Yeah.
Make sure you put away trash so that coyotes stop getting those easy meals.
Yeah.
But the reality is, I think that other cities that have dealt with this have come up with these comprehensive plans to deal with the coyotes, and I think it's kind of still too piecemeal around here.
Right.
Because we want to be really nice to the coyotes as well. And I think the city and different jurisdictions need to do a better job of wildlife proofing the parks.
Right. Hey, but people don't consider coyotes human, do they? No. So the coyotes aren't considered human.
Yeah.
So therefore, when you cut down the trees where they're living and everything,
Are you
it's really
asking
no
if
big.
you should put away the coyotes somehow?
I mean, I just imagine
like as in pull out
the way you would treat something if you don't think they're human could be inhumane. You know what I mean? And so with the coyotes.
Yeah, I
so.
think that there are other avenues to pursue before you say, bring out the guns kind of thing. I think that's what you were referring to.
I'm just saying, I can imagine where things were years ago. They was probably not showing up to people's houses, but then we showed up to their crib, chopped down all the trees, and then we told them, go away. And they're like, wait a minute, y'all keep taking away people's homes, and then you tell us to go away.
That's right.
Or go back somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you're kind of in the feels for the coyotes.
I'm actually feeling for the coyotes because there's a hit. Okay, keep going.
I gotcha. Okay, remember yesterday we were talking about Amazon and these trying to get your orders in 30 minutes or less?
Yeah.
This new Amazon Now service.
What happened?
That's being launched. Well, this is according to GeekWire. They're saying, according to their stopwatch anyway, the groceries showed up in 23 minutes. Not 30. They actually were able to do it in 23. Now, I want to know, though, where was this and what time of day it was? Because all I know is
they're not saying
it better
Seattle.
be close.
They wasn't saying
it better
Seattle.
be really close.
They're located in Seattle. Yeah.
Yeah. So Amazon Now is already live in select Seattle neighborhoods. So I gotta go back and check. Because obviously I live in a Seattle neighborhood. I'm wondering if I would be.
They didn't go from West Seattle to Ballard.
It's not going to be West Seattle. It's not even going to be Ballard to Northeast Seattle.
Right.
More often than not, that's going to take you more than 30 minutes. I think it's going to just be within your neighborhood. That would make sense.
Right. This sounds like some Madison Park or something. And then afterwards, the driver can stop off at one of the parks.
GeekWire's offices are on Market Street in Ballard. Hence why, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So, yeah, if you're going from Ballard to Ballard, it can happen in 23 minutes. Great. So if I'm playing that game, that situation that you described yesterday, why? Because I'm not a big fan of this idea, get it in 30 minutes.
Why
I think
not?
it's going to make everybody just that much lazier, put more
Oh, boy.
It's going to put more cars on the road. It's just this instantaneous, I need it right now kind of thing.
Okay,
It's
Ursula, when you go and if you were to pull up to a fast food spot.
I finally started using my mobile app at McDonald's. Yes.
Okay. When we say fast food and you walk up in, whether it's Arby's or Taco Bell or McDonald's or Burger King, Wendy's, how long before you complain and that it's not fast enough?
But that's different. That's different. Yeah, if it's 20, 30 minutes, I'd start complaining if it's fast food. Now, if I forgot something or I need one little thing, do I want someone to drive it over to me, pay the additional $5 fee to have it delivered in less than 30 minutes?
Okay.
Just for every little thing?
If we were sitting right here right now and I said, Ursula, I don't feel like going. And you said, okay, G, I'll go for you to pick it up. What price would you charge me for you to go do it?
Well, I'd do it as a favor.
So you just do it for free?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
What would you charge me?
If it takes me a half hour there and back, at least $50. Well,
If Ursula's sick, she just needs some soup from PCC.
I'm gonna charge $50. I'm gonna charge $50. That's half of $100 because it would normally be $100 an hour. I would charge you $50 because it would take 30 minutes. I'm charging for everything,
even with friends.
I mean, I don't know about y'all, but friends don't pay bills.
I don't know. I'm just going to say this. My friendships are not transactional, so I'm happy to go on an errand if someone else can't do it.
Have you ever done something for a friend and somebody's taking advantage of that friendship and then you're going to do it and you feel a certain type of way going to do it because you think maybe you're being taken advantage of?
If anything, I have been the recipient of people's grace and generosity more than I get a chance to give, I would say.
You know what it reminds me of?
What's that?
The people that says, hey, you're coming from out of town? Come and stay with us. And then
I am that person.
And then after 2-3 days, I can't wait for them to leave.
It takes longer. It takes longer for me to reach that point. Oh, that's too funny.
Oh, good stuff. A lot of dating, a lot of pictures coming up here, Ursula.
I know.
So how would that work? How would that work?
I think we got
to come up with a plan.
We do have to come up with a plan. And then run it past management.
Why we got to run it past management?
There could be some liability issues. What if a
I
date
believe
goes
in
horribly
asking
wrong?
for forgiveness.
Yeah, I believe in the reason I'm still here after 37 years.
Fresh Fridays.
Because you're smarter than me.
And what do we call it? Fresh Fridays connection?
I don't know.
I don't know. Can you guys tell I'm totally...
We can maybe workshop off the air.
Yes, maybe.
I'm totally done for today.
It's not even Friday yet.
Coming up next, we got an edition of Agree to Disagree. Gee and Ursula.
This hour is brought to you by DUI Heroes. Save the date, Wednesday, December 10th. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse for the 37th Annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for more than 6,500 kids in foster care statewide. Over the past 36 years of Holiday Magic, we've delivered 182,000 gifts across our state. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse this year and share the joy of the holiday season. Wednesday, December 10th. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more.
What's your holiday tradition? Now, if you're like me, it involves friends and family sharing an abundant meal to celebrate. Well, this year, that tradition is feeling more and more out of reach for families who will be able to gather around the joys of food like their neighbors. If you're looking for a way to contribute to holiday meals at homes in your community, you can support Nourish Everyone at your local Safeway. The Nourish Everyone program provides grocery cards to the people who are the most impacted in communities throughout Washington. The cards are distributed through food pantries, schools, community centers, and more. These grocery cards not only provide easy access to nutritious food, but also the dignity to shop, just like you and me, and choose special foods for special occasions. So make a donation next time you're at Safeway. It'll take all of us working together to make sure everyone is welcome at the table for the holidays. Go to nourishingneighbors.com and find out how you can help. That's nourishingneighbors.com.
Hurry, time's running out. Check off the wish list with instant savings and free battery offers on select Steel tools. Shop online or in-store.
FIFA World Cup 2026 is coming soon, but your opportunity to be there starts now through an exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card. For a limited time, become a new customized Cash Rewards or unlimited Cash Rewards Visa credit card holder, and you will be eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more at BofA.com/cardFWC26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America NA in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. Rights reserved.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Makita's built for the pros who show up early, who don't do shortcuts, only precise cuts. With tools built to last, job after job, year after year. Performance that pays off. Because when the job calls for the best, you answer. And when you need the best, you call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Hi, this is Keith Dashafy, owner of Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. This holiday season, give your home the gift it's been waiting for. Beautiful new windows and doors from Pella, making your home brighter, cozier, and more energy efficient for the year ahead. Right now, enjoy 40% off qualifying installs or 24 months of zero interest with equal payments. Premium products, expert installation, and service that feels like family. It's why homeowners across the Northwest trust Pella. Visit PellaPNW.com to schedule your in-home consultation today.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
The insurance world, it can be confusing. So have First Mark Insurance guide you through it by taking the free First Mark Challenge. They'll explore offerings from top carriers for better coverage and lower rates. They save the Heward family thousands. Go to firstmarkinsurance.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. We're learning that one of the teens arrested for allegedly shooting at Seattle cops from a stolen speeding car is wanted in a separate homicide.
Pierce County prosecutors say the 16-year-old boy was just 15 back in February and part of a group of 3 boys who allegedly shot and killed 18-year-old Messiah Washington. Adam Faber is with the Pierce County prosecutor's office.
He has been charged in a homicide here in Pierce County, and a bench warrant has been active for him.
The boy is expected to be handed over to Pierce County at some point to face a murder charge. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
President Trump has issued a pardon for Tim Leiweke, one of the developers of Climate Pledge Arena. Leiweke was indicted for conspiring with another company to rig construction bids to the Moody Center at the University of Texas. Earlier this year, Leiweke gushed over the state-of-the-art arena.
It's extraordinary. It's a bit of from a technology standpoint, revolutionary.
Trump's pardon wipes away a possible 10-year sentence and $1 million fine. After he was indicted, Leiweke stepped down from the Oakview Group, which built Climate Pledge Arena. The FBI has arrested a 30-year-old Virginia man for allegedly placing pipe bombs outside the Democratic and Republican national headquarters around the time of the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino.
Folks, you're not going to walk into our capital city, put down 2 explosive devices, and walk off in the sunset.
No motive released. The Pentagon Inspector General has determined that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth did jeopardize sensitive military information by sharing it in a Signal group chat. CBS's Charlie D'Agata.
This past spring, Hegseth sent detailed plans about airstrikes in Yemen to top national security officials on Signal, including the times F-18s would launch and when the first bombs will definitely drop. Hegseth vehemently denied any disclosure of classified information at the time.
The Federal Trade Commission clears the way for Boeing to acquire Spirit Aerosystems. The $4.7 billion deal has been pending since last year. The Seattle Times reports Boeing spun off Spirit 20 years ago, but plans to bring the troubled supplier back into its operations. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 125 points, NASDAQ off 36. KIRO News Radio traffic. Here's Nate Connors.
It's getting busy out there, Heather. This report brought to us by Home Comfort Alliance. A soggy commute today, and that, of course, adds to our backups. Linwood to Seattle right now, pushing a half hour. You're thick in Northgate. The backup actually starts back in about 145th there in Shoreline. You'll loosen up about 85th, but it remains slow all the way down to I-90. Pretty good backup there. North 5, you're crowded from the Michigan curve in the downtown. South 405 slows through Totem Lake and Kirkland. Linwood to Bellevue is taking you a half hour. Renton to Bellevue, 20 minutes, but you're slow from the S-curves all the way up to 112th in Newcastle. And down at JBLM, North 5, it is bumper to bumper from the main gate all the way up to Bridgeport Way in Lakewood due to road work. Olympia to Tacoma, a 55-minute commute. That's a 25-minute delay. When your home feels colder than it should, comfort matters. For heating, plumbing, or electrical you can trust, call the comfort people at Home Comfort Alliance or visit homecomfortalliance.com. KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Rain turning to showers today with highs in the mid-40s. It's 45 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show. It is Thursday morning, and we sure appreciate you hanging out with us. Text us at 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. It is time for us to agree to disagree, brought to you by Guardian Roofing and Gutters.
One of these days, we just got to take off the gloves, just really go at it.
You know, we've talked about having dogs in the office, and that's controversial enough. But what about babies in the office? So over in Indiana, Governor Mike Braun is rolling out this Family First Workplace Initiative. He wants to position his state as the most family-friendly in the nation. And part of what he's starting is a pilot where Indiana state employees will be allowed to bring their babies to work for the first 6 months that they are alive. He's starting out with the governor's office, Department of Health, and state personnel. Hopes to roll it out to every state agency as possible. And there's some safety rules, productivity guidelines, etc. But the basic idea, Ursula, is to, let parents bond with the babies, get them back to work, and try and support them while they're transitioning to that new parenthood. What do you think about that idea?
I actually love this idea. We know how expensive childcare is. And I looked into it because I wanted to find out what other states do this already or have some pilot programs in place. And if...
Why are you doing research again?
ChatGPT is correct. Washington State has something like this, a formal Infants at Work program, which allows parents to bring infants roughly from 6 weeks to 6 months back to work, with the idea being that Washington state government is a kind of job that you would want to have and be an attractive employer. But I think there are all sorts of benefits, including, how many times do people have to call in sick because they don't have adequate childcare, or something happens and they're not able to find adequate childcare for their kids? We also know how expensive it is. So I think it would help with not just recruitment, but retention. I think it would help with morale. I know that I would have loved to have had that option to bring in a child to work. And I know there's going to be a lot of pushback from people who say, well, what about those of us who don't have kids? I can already anticipate it. I already know but I think overall, I think it's a great idea.
Okay, I'm with Ursula. I love this idea. But I want to address the pushback that Ursula just talked about. And I've said this to the newsroom, and I said it to Chef. That's because we, unfortunately, a lot that's happening right now in America or in this world is that we believe a lot in charity and not parity. And there are some of us that just don't like to see other people have a chance. And so, for an example, there will be somebody that will be against this because back in their day, they had to pay for childcare. Mm-hmm. And this is what they went through. So it bothers them so bad to see someone get a chance because they will say things like, well, that's just handouts for them. Because again, people would rather give charity than rather have parity. And what I mean by that is like, oh my goodness, we would love to give you a turkey for Thanksgiving, right? But we don't want to raise minimum wage or make it better for people to be able to buy their own turkey. So they're so comfortable with handing them a frozen turkey. Here you go.
Well, the other thing I wanted to just bring up real quick, though, is you mentioned that in Indiana, and I would assume anyone else that has this program, that there have to be some expectations that cannot impact productivity. It has to be jobs where it is appropriate. Not every job or workplace would be appropriate to have kids brought in for the first 6 months.
Right. So in Washington State, like the Department of Transportation, Department of Health, I believe, are the two agencies where they have this program. And I think City of Olympia has one too. Jobs with, that involve heavy manual labor, public safety, field work, that kind of stuff, or safety hazards, it's not eligible. But I mean, let me address, let's call it the baby in the room. Babies are freaking loud, man. Like some babies before 6 months, all they do is they sleep and they eat and they poop and they're super easy. But even the super easy ones, like they will scream. We're lucky enough to have soundproof rooms here, right? Where you could go in, you could breastfeed a baby, you could calm it down, and it's not going to be a disruption in the workforce. I would worry about babies being not only a disruption, but a distraction. Because, let's be honest. If there's a baby in the office, what would I rather be doing? My job or I'm going to hold the baby 100% of the time.
But are we talking about, in these cases, always having the baby in the actual workplace? Or would it be, for example, there would be childcare available at the workplace and you can visit with the baby?
I haven't seen anything indicating that they're providing infant care. It's bring in infant to work. So if you've got the baby and the baby Bjorn, that's going to work out for some people. But
if it's disruptive, then it can't work.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sounds like discrimination to me, Ursula. Only quiet babies allowed in the office. I'm joking, obviously. All right, Gee, I got to talk about a holiday tradition that, fortunately or unfortunately, a lot of American families participate in this year. There's a writer at Slate who says that she is done with the matching Christmas pajama family photos. I recently received a pair of pajamas that I did not ask for this year. So let me ask you, what do you think about matching pajamas for the family in the Christmas photo?
I think that those marriages last longer. If there is a photo and there's matching pajamas with the family, sweeping statement, 9 times out of 10, that was the lady's idea.
Yes.
With that being said, I think the best marriages, the best success for marriages come down to when the guy says, yes, dear. No, dear. Sounds good to me. Whatever you say. Those marriages last longer than the ones that say, I ain't wearing no dang on pajamas. So when I see the pictures of people and families in pajamas, I think usually those marriages last longer.
You see a passive, compliant husband?
Yeah. See, if there's someone who's being passive and compliant, we're talking about that with the arguments and no argument couples. I think that those are marriages that could be in trouble or relationships that could be in trouble because someone is having to always give up something. But when I see the matching pajamas, if you feel comfortable doing that and that brings you joy, then you do you.
Yeah.
And I look at it and I'm like, that is so cute and what a great idea. Like, why didn't I come up with matching pajamas early on so that you can laugh about it later on in life? Just like the families that have the pictures with Santa from day one or, up until adulthood. I love it that people have these traditions that bring them joy. Go for it.
Yeah, the Santa thing is awful.
Do you disagree with my sweeping statement about what I said about the fellas? Because there's a reason. Wait a minute. Am I crazy? Isn't there a saying, happy wife, happy life?
Yeah, and I think they changed it then, right?
Oh, did they really change it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, to make it more
You're
like
a happy couple, you're getting a throuple.
All I'm saying is the relationships where the guy really doesn't run the house, he runs around it. You know what I mean? Those relationships last longer.
See, and I think it's the relationship where people give a little and take a little and compromise and communicate. Those are the ones.
See, Ursula, you always say that middle stuff, but that's not reality. That doesn't really happen that way. Usually there's one person that usually makes the deal. Hey, what are we doing this weekend? There's one person that decides it.
You look like you just ate a lemon.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, ooh, that would not be a good relationship for me if it's just one person making that decision.
Hey, Nick, can Nate Connors hear me right now?
Yeah, I think he can.
Hey, Nate, you've been how long you been married?
Oh boy, 11 years.
Nate, do you believe in happy wife, happy life?
Oh, absolutely.
It's happy spouse, happy house.
Okay, that's good too. I've never heard that.
Nate, are you a rollover? Do you just let your wife dictate everything and do everything that she says and you have no say?
Oh gosh, no.
Thank you.
Do you guys wear pajama pictures in Christmas?
No.
Oh, okay.
Do you?
No. And I ain't wearing them. All right, go to next text message and feedback, and then we'll have Ursula's Words to Live By.
Save the date, Wednesday, December 10th. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse for the 37th Annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for more than 6,500 kids in foster care statewide. Over the past 36 years of Holiday Magic, we've delivered 182,000 gifts across our state. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse this year and share the joy of the holiday season. Wednesday, December 10th. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
What if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family's banking on bandwidth. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger. But your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
The Pacific Northwest is the perfect backdrop for the holiday season. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law reminds us that the roadways don't always agree.
It's that combination of additional travel, changes in routine, and winter weather that make this the most dangerous time of the year to be behind the wheel.
Any safety tips to help commuters keep the holidays joyful?
The number one cause of accidents remains distracted driving, even during the holidays. So store that cell phone in a place that eliminates temptation. It's imperative we set the example for our teens. Also, be aware of abrupt changes in the weather and prepare for it. Sometimes it's as simple as allowing additional distance for following or stopping. Lastly, make sure your vehicle is properly maintained for winter.
That includes four-wheel drive and chains when required at the pass. Please follow these safety precautions from my good friends at Pendergast Law and keep you and your neighbors safe this holiday season.
Happy holidays from all of us at Pendergast Law.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
I got to tell you something, Nick. I have really noticed a difference in your energy level since you started going to the Longevity Medical Clinic.
And you know why?
Why?
Because they actually balanced my hormone levels. And when they do that, the largest change I noticed was that now I could sleep.
And then not only get more sleep, to just get more energy, right?
Right. So that all of a sudden that resulted in me, I started running again and doing all these things that I felt so fatigued throughout the day that I couldn't do anymore.
Okay, so at this point, do you want to apologize to me? Because I was always saying to you, every time you say, I don't sleep, I don't feel well, I feel kind of off, I'd go, well, you need to get in touch with Longevity Medical Clinic. And you're always like, blah, 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 blah.
I know. But now it's turned into something fun that we get to go in together.
So I need to hear, you were right.
You were right.
You were right. I should have gone to Longevity Medical Clinic.
I should have.
There we go. Fine.
Yes.
You know the right thing to do. Get in touch with Longevity Medical Clinic. Take the free health analysis at lmclinic.com.
For 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has earned local trust with honest pricing and guaranteed repairs. That's why they're Carfax preferred. No gimmicks, just great service. Bucky's.com.
Life's expensive enough, isn't it? Groceries, gas, kids' activities. Sometimes your roof needs replacing, but your budget says not now. Hi, I'm Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. We want to help with an offer to lift that weight off your shoulders. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months. Or save up to $3,000 on a new roof today. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It's Gee and Ursula. It's now time for those good old text messages. Ursula, what you got?
Well, unfortunately, we had to talk about President Trump's attack on the Somali community. And can I say that I was heartened. I was pleasantly surprised at the overwhelmingly negative responses that we got to what the president said. Sarah from the 509 said, seems like a different group every week. Last week it was Muslims. This week it's Somalians. Who is it going to be next week? It's part of his agenda and making racism seem okay.
Brian in Gig Harbor says, don't listen to the haters and racists. They may be the loudest, but I truly hope they are in the minority. It's always okay to bring up racism when it rears its ugly head. I am a retired 24-year Air Force officer who has always been proud to be an American and very patriotic. But I am also struggling with everything you're struggling with. I am not proud of this America and the path of our government is taking.
EJ and Burien said, I'm sad and ashamed by Trump's comments. His comments are harmful and are destructive. My wife is a refugee, and the pain on her family when he speaks like that hurts her soul and mine.
I just want to interject real quick is opinions, good and or bad, that usually isn't what shapes the country. It's usually the policy, right? The system. And for some reason, that part right there, things keep getting worse with the change of a pen. I do believe that most people, as far as their opinion, is getting better. All right. Doug in Mount Vernon says 360 use of a spade was to lean on it and complain other people not working.
Okay, and then Lori from North Bend says, Ursula, I did vote for him, and I don't think it's right what was said either. You're right. We're not all in the same bucket. Keep staying positive.
Yeah.
On Gen Z women, you want to talk about that one?
Do that. Yep.
Gen Z women are much more accepting of open relationships. Janice in Federal Way says, I know some men don't want to hear this, but past generations didn't stay married because they loved better. Many stayed married because women didn't have the means or the option to leave. The emotional gap between men and women didn't happen by accident. Women had to grow through survival and sheer perseverance, while men were protected by comfort and left emotionally underdeveloped. And now that women have the freedom to stand on their own, the one thing a man can offer is how emotionally safe, present, and connected he is. And this is why so many men feel lonely, not because women change, but because the world never asked men to change.
Good one. Good one, Janice. B and Puyallup, our good buddy there. Open relationships are pretty much holding on to someone until someone better comes along.
And then we talked about the AI bubble, and is it about to burst? 206 says there's no AI bubble. AI is the new arms race, and no company or country wants to lose.
Okay, Ursula, it's time for your good old words to live by. What you got?
Well, you know, I always love to talk about compromising. This is a quote from Donna Martini, who says, compromise is not about losing. It's about deciding that the other person has just as much right to be happy with the end result as you do.
Good. That was good stuff. All right, Brother Nick, what do you got?
Well, AI sure has given us a different kind of ride. With what started kind of softly made us open our eyes wide, but there's something artificial folks can't seem to figure out, and that's how to get some guys in front of girls for a dating round. But please don't ask the GPT to message all your chats, because it might get your age wrong or mistake you for a cat. Hopefully it didn't base your age off of the Spotify year in review, because for me, that would probably be about 70 years old.
Oh,
we got it. Fresh Fridays tomorrow.
Man, I can't wait.
And maybe in 2026, we'll put some dating component in there. People had some good names for the potential feature.
2 in a row came in at Fresh Fridays.
Keep it simple.
Funny. Yep. Thanks, Ursula.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chef. Appreciate it. Nick, thank you, brother.
You too, man.
Hey, the Jake and Spike Show, they're coming in next. They're coming in fresh off a work meeting. So appreciate you for listening. Love you for that. And as always, be kind.
Hope you have as much fun as we have. So long, everybody.
The sky I've never been so high. You were my tears. You were my friends. You were my hope. You were my smoke. You talked about.
Save the date, Wednesday, December 10th. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse for the 37th Annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for more than 6,500 kids in foster care statewide. Over the past 36 years of Holiday Magic, we've delivered 182,000 gifts across our state. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse this year and share the joy of the holiday season. Wednesday, December 10th. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more.
Paid political announcement.
More than half of short-term rentals across Washington are booked by Washingtonians. Families traveling for their children's tournaments and games. Firefighters fighting wildfires. Traveling nurses providing critical care. Every day, short-term rentals are helping make travel more affordable. Legislators in Olympia are considering increasing taxes on short-term rentals. But with the cost of everything going up, we can't take another price increase. Keep travel affordable for us. Paid for by Airbnb helps our state thrive host pack.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. If you're looking for a great reason to get that new set of wheels for your car or truck, look no further than Wheel Week at Les Schwab Tires, where you can save 15% on select wheels from your favorite brands, including Raceline, Icon, Method, Vox, and Fuel. Whether you're upgrading or looking for the perfect gift, get a great deal on new wheels this holiday season. Stop by a store or book an appointment today. Les Schwab Tires. Get more from less. Limited time offer while supplies last. See leschwab.com/sale.
Do you ever lose your balance or feel dizzy for no apparent reason? Do you hear ringing in your ears or have migraines? These are all signs you could have a problem with your inner ear or vestibular system. To learn more, call the Vestibular Disorders Helpline at 800-837-8428. That's 800-837-8428. Sponsored by the Vestibular Disorders Association.
The Gee and Ursula Show.
There's two types of people. One's that use a washcloth. The other are bare hand bandits.
Hate to break it to you, but
Ursula, you a bare hand bandit?
Weekdays 9 to noon. Watch live on YouTube.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice.
DayandNight.net.
This month, Day and Night gives you a free furnace with the installation of an AC or heat pump.
If you're not sure your furnace will make it through another winter, call us to install a proper, long-lasting, efficient heating system backed by our lifetime workmanship guarantee, so you won't be left out in the cold.
Install an AC or heat pump and get a free furnace from Day and Night Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
DayandNight.net.
Hurry, time's running out. Check off the wish list with instant savings and free battery offers on select steel tools. Shop online or in-store.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-230-2777. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-230-2777. That's 800-230-2777 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-230-2777. 800-230-2777.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.